kind of have like a fruit berry or
They're all
something?
getting strawberry.
Yeah,
Strawberries.
strawberry sounds good to me, man.
I'm
Yeah.
good, thank you. You guys want something? Sandwich?
Well, you can get yeah.
Yeah. Go in there and ask them for a sandwich. They'll take care of you.
Okay.
Yeah, I was telling Jay, I was like, this is funny because I've actually been lost here before.
Is that right?
Right when I first moved here, I was supposed to take a left. Or no, I was supposed to take a right, took a left, and had to turn in this parking lot to turn back around.
Let me see here. Let's see what coach. Let me know if you need anything, Mark. Sandwich, any drinking. We're about 10 minutes out. Coach is 9:51 now. Yeah, we'll get together too, and we'll catch up on all of the thoughts of where we're gonna go with everything. And like I said, love to have you jump on with us anytime you want. You want to get back on. So
Yeah.
yeah, next time you come through, let me know too. We'll have you over for a bite, man.
Do you guys want to get started with some sandwiches?
Yeah, I probably would because I know I got to run after the show.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, I always try something different, but the cheesesteak is the one that just gets me every time.
The Hollywood cheesesteak.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
The love.
If you like the steak, we have a Madison Bumgarner. I don't know if you know.
Yeah,
tried that one. Yeah, so that's the steak, a little bit of habanero, golden barbecue sauce, and American cheese. That one's really good too.
I'll try that one.
The Madison, the Dutch Crunch.
Yes.
Lettuce, tomato.
No tomato.
Y'all go with that.
He
Myself.
wins one baseball game, and you're back on board with him. Like, yeah, you are.
All right.
Yeah, I'll take the same.
The same thing.
Yeah, but
Tomato on yours.
Tomato on mine.
Okay.
I'll remind you when it gets closer, but the 23rd and 24th, I'll be back.
Okay.
All right. Anything for you, man?
Oh, I'm good right now.
Are you sure? All right.
Yeah.
Pretend your name is
Mike.
Mike Ed.
Nice to meet you.
Ed, Javon.
Oh, my bad.
Mitch.
I didn't even see you there.
That's the man that keeps it going.
All right.
Let's see.
Oh, there we go.
Look, I'll try to make my decision here.
No worries.
Man, what was it? Like two? Is it
800.
Yeah.
Yeah, we never put all of them on one menu, but
I was about to say,
collectively,
that's why I went like this.
yeah, because every store has a different menu. So collectively, it's 812 sandwiches.
Yeah, it'll be nice with you guys coming over.
We're gonna go catch
You
some
know what?
games
What's
too.
a cool
That's
sort
when
of
you
like
come down. But yeah, next time you come down,
healthy
pop them over, man.
recommendation with like a
Grab a bite.
little
So you know when you come
taste of like
Yeah, I'll be
that
here
you
for the
recommend. I always
game
go
on
with
the
the
22nd,
recommendation. Which one?
Yeah, so
But
do you
I'll
like
really
deli
be here the
meats?
23rd and
Yes.
24th.
So the most
Afterwards,
popular with
22nd
deli is our
the
Matt Cain.
22nd
So that's
falling
turkey,
down.
roast beef, salami. Our Godfather, which is like a creamy horseradish. If you want more like a traditional Italian type style, we have our Da Vinci, which is going to be salami, turkey, ham, and
It would
then
be
some
nice this
Italian
year with
dressing.
My schedule, because last year,
Okay.
if you showed up late, they wouldn't let you
You
in.
know what?
Or they
I'll
wouldn't let me
go. I'll
in.
go with the first one.
The Matt Cain.
Yes.
Lettuce, tomato.
Yes, please.
All right.
Thank you.
No worries.
You guys covered last year, but anytime access, right?
Yeah. So I was like, cool. So now, game's at 5, and I get off at 3, and I'm going to show up 30 minutes late. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, I can still make the game. And then apparently after so much games you go to, then you get the locker room access or something.
Hey, y'all good on all platforms too?
Okay. I might go to my hotspot. Just a little slow.
Broadcasting from the Superbook Sports Studios, KDUS AM 1060 Tempe, Phoenix, and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale, Phoenix.
Think again. Today's methamphetamine is far more potent, more addictive, and more deadly than ever before. Today's meth is often laced with the deadly drug fentanyl. In fact, deaths from meth use have doubled in Arizona. What can you do? Get the facts at thenewmeth.com and know there's hope and resources for recovery. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition leaders of Arizona.
Few of us plan on an emergency, but Dignity Health has you covered just in case. We offer emergency rooms with the power of a hospital behind them. That means our teams of specialists are always available when you need them most. It's one of the ways we make top-notch emergency care easier for you. Because we know being ready for anything is the best way to serve you. Visit dignityhealth.org/AZ emergency care.
Activate.
Dignity Health. Hello, human kindness.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Milano Music is Arizona's oldest and largest premier destination music store. Located at 38 West Main Street in historic downtown Mesa, Milano's has a 50,000 square foot showroom that features a giant wall of guitars. There are hundreds to choose from.
That's before Dave messed everything up, though.
Popular brands in stock.
When all
Gibson,
they
Martin,
want to do is give us gift cards
Fender,
because of
Yamaha,
him.
and many more.
That was one of the spots. He was there before us. Oh, well, yeah.
Hey, guys, I got you.
Hey, how you doing, Aaron?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. Sent you over the run sheet, no calls, but we got several people that probably jumping in and out with us. Mitch is actually here with us today, but we were all good to go.
Awesome. All right, cool. Sounds good.
Thank you, sir.
For hours of operation and additional information, call Milano Music at 480-827-1111 or visit milanomusic.com.
Imagine Schools of Arizona is now hiring bus drivers. Serving 8 campuses across the valley, there are plenty of great opportunities available. When you join Imagine Schools, you will receive paid training, paid time off, great benefits, a 401k program, and with a starting salary of $17.50 an hour and up. To apply or for more information, contact Frank Sturpey at frank.sturpey@imagineschools.org. That's frank.stirpe@imagineschools.org. Or call him at 602-318-4888. E3 Cryo and Wellness Center is a health optimization clinic specializing in cutting-edge therapies for pain and inflammation, performance and recovery, as well as anti-aging and aesthetics. Services include cryotherapy, weight loss, bioidentical hormones, and peptide therapy. Easy Sports Talk encourages you to come in and try a 3-minute cryotherapy session. Find out how your body can thrive in minus 175 degrees or treat your skin to a rejuvenating cryofacial. Just a couple of the services provided by the incredible staff at E3 Cryo. For more information, visit e3cryo.com. Call them at 602-899-CRYO. That's 602-899-2796. Or stop by their Phoenix location at 13615 North 35th Avenue, Suite number 2, Phoenix, Arizona. And be sure to tell the friendly staff, Ed and Jay from the Easy Sports Talk sent you.
There it goes. With 2 Valley locations, Tryst Cafe focuses on organic, natural cuisine from the kitchen to the bar. Tryst is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and has a happy hour daily from 3 to 6 p.m. The extensive gluten-free menu and expanding vegan options are always unique and flavorful. The spacious and beautifully decorated Chandler location has a full indoor-outdoor bar that serves bottomless mimosas, Bloody Marys, wine, beer, and over 35 creative cocktails. In addition, there is a coffee and smoothie bar you can order from as you dine in or choose to take out. Tryst Cafe is a 2-category top 10 winner in Ranking Arizona 2022. Be sure to visit the Chandler location at 4205 South Gilbert Road, in Phoenix at 21050 North Tatum Boulevard, and for more information, go to trystcafe.com. Tryst Cafe, where an affair with naturally delicious food awaits.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe, Phoenix, and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale, Phoenix.
Easy Sports Talk is brought to you by great partners of the show, including Colt Artisan Beverage Company, the official beverage company
for the
of
smoothie,
Ed, Jay, and the Easy Sports Talk Show.
It's time for the Easy Sports Talk Show. Here come your hosts, National Football League
I just threw some softball stuff together too for us to go over. So,
Hello.
go ahead and get it right up on in there too.
Yeah.
Bend it.
Easy sports talk, built for both the avid and casual sports fan. Now, here are your hosts, Ed Easy Smith and Javon J. Love Adams.
You're live.
And welcome to the Easy Sports Talk Show. Hope you're having a great start to your weekend, folks. That's a good hit right off the bat right there, Jay.
Yes, sir.
I love that. Hey, we come to you live today from Ike's Sandwiches this is technically Phoenix.
Right? Phoenix Desert Ridge.
Phoenix Desert Ridge. Great show lined up, but we're going to jump right into it. The one and only, the man, Mr. Ike. And it's
Shehadeh.
Shehadeh.
Yes.
I always like to make sure I get names right.
People just call me Ike, though. Actually, they call me Ikes.
Ikes. There you go.
Yeah.
First off, Ike, thank you for having us. Interesting, we met at Media Week when the Super Bowl was out here. You and the lovely Nora, we were just, in line getting our passes, credentials, and next thing you know, we sparked up this conversation. Nora was gracious enough to grab my bag. We walked over to the facility, and the day before, I remembered I almost knocked you and Nora over. You were bringing sandwiches into the spot, and then, like I said, everybody was introduced to the sandwiches, and you were the biggest hit of Media Week. I know that. First off, thank you for having us here. Tell us how Ike's came to be, what the origin, and how you got to be the sandwich master.
Oh, well, I love to eat, so that's probably where everything starts. But I also love being really creative in the kitchen, looking through your pantry or your refrigerator, like what do we have and what can we make delicious out of what's there? And that's kind of the ethos of what happened with Ike's. It's what do we have and how can we make something delicious with it?
And your background originally from the Bay Area?
I'm from San Francisco, born and raised there, grew up there, and then now traveling the whole entire United States, opening up sandwich places.
Go ahead, Jay.
No, so if I'm not mistaken, your Frisco is one of your locations. Man versus Food, Man v Food, and also
we were on Man.
Dies, right?
We were on Man versus Food, San Francisco. Yeah,
that was the reason it was the first half marathon that I ran, and I was out in the Bay Area. I was for the in San Jose, and so I had to make a trek out there because I had seen I saw that episode. So talk about how exposure like that has helped you, maybe giving you the confidence, or maybe help you to fulfill your vision for Ike's.
So we were already really busy at that time, and so I get a call from the producers at Man vs. Food saying, "Hey, I don't know what happened. We never heard of you, but all of a sudden people are saying you're coming to San Francisco. You need to eat it. We need to eat at Ike's.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're missing out." And they wanted to get there before Guy Fieri got there. They were kind of like, not that there's competition between them, but they want to be the one that discovers us first. So they give me a call and said, "Hey, we already have our whole San Francisco show booked. So we're pitching to our producers doing a 4th restaurant because they normally don't do 4 restaurants. They only do 3. So I'm like, oh, yeah, well, whatever. That's fine. They call me back a couple weeks later and say, hey, actually, we weren't able to do 4 restaurants. I'm like, oh, well, that's too bad. They're like, yeah, so we actually dropped one of the restaurants, and we're going to come to you instead. Now, I don't know who it was, supposed to be the other restaurant. They already knew that they were going to be on the show, so I apologize to you. Sorry we bumped you. I owe you free sandwiches, so hit me up if it was you. And but then basically they showed up, and that day it was like an 8-hour wait to get sandwiches. Well, because we were shooting the show, but also everybody wanted to meet Adam, and it was season 2. So even Adam didn't know he was going to be that popular for season 2, but apparently season 1 blew up.
Yeah.
And then once that happened, we had a lot. We basically broke a record for sales every single day for 2 years in a row. Like, it didn't matter if it was a Monday, it was better than a Saturday, and then Tuesday was better than Monday, and all the way for 2 years straight, we had record sales.
So over 800 sandwiches, and what's unique is I saw where when an employee gets to the 5-year mark, they actually get to name a sandwich.
Yes.
And how do you come up with that many sandwiches? And I know Nora has one as well. And what goes behind naming a sandwich here at Ike's?
Well, so all I figure if you've been working for Ike's for 5 years, you probably have a creative idea or you know a thing or two in the kitchen about how to make an Ike sandwich specifically for you, what your favorite one is. And I started allowing them to design a sandwich kind of as a well, they're just making up sandwiches anyway, so might as well make it official, right? So everybody knows. So somebody doesn't come in there. Can I get an annexation of Puerto Rico? I got it at the downtown Phoenix location, and nobody knows what it is.
Yeah.
So we just decided to make it official. And now the prerequisites for it, they need to be there for 5 years, and then it needs to be a sandwich we don't already have. So they can't take a sandwich and rename it. The only input I put in is approving the name or not approving the name.
Okay.
Other than that, like you can make whatever you want, even if I think it's not a good sandwich.
Yeah.
The other caveat is if I think it is a good sandwich and then I like it, I might promote it. But other than that, you can make whatever you want. And we had some kids make some really amazing sandwiches, and some ones that I'm like, well, no offense, but I'm never going to sell it. Now they could tell people about it, but I would never tell anybody about it.
What's the best on the menu, and what's the your favorite that you've named?
Well, my favorite sandwich, I love the Madison Bumgarner.
Okay.
Speaking of athletes, I love Mad Bum. Actually, he was just at this location over the weekend. He sent me a pic. I'll show it to you later. He sent me a pic with the cardboard cutout.
Nice.
And then I like the Paul Rubens, the pastrami sandwich, because I'm a very big hater on East Coast style sandwiches.
Okay.
So I made the Reuben, but West Coast style, San Francisco style, saucy style. Those are my two favorite sandwiches.
I like that. So, how many locations do you have, and what's the process of expanding your brand and trying to keep it unique into your initial vision?
Oh, so we're approaching 100 locations. We're 90-something. I don't know the exact count. 92, 94, 96, somewhere in that range. I stopped counting. They'll let me know when it's 100 because we're gonna do a big celebration. And as far as I would say it's kind of like being we were been getting recruited since the second location.
Okay.
First location, I had to beg landlords to let me open.
Yeah.
But then we were in the newspaper. We were on Man vs. Food. I was in a lot of local shows, a lot of Travel Channel shows, and after that, the first group that recruited us was Stanford University.
Okay.
They saw all the publicity we were getting, and they were opening up a brand new cafe on campus. And they're like, "Hey, why not this amazing sandwich shop we hear a bunch?" They asked if we wanted to expand there. The third location, we were in Redwood Shores, close to where Oracle and Electronic Arts are in the Bay Area, and we got recruited for that location. The fourth location was in Oakland. We got recruited for that. But even like places here in Arizona, we came to Arizona in the beginning because ASU wanted to put us on campus.
Okay.
They're like, "Hey, we went to Ike's on campus at Stanford. How do we get one in ASU?" And so, in fact, you guys should thank ASU, for bringing Ike's to Arizona, because if it wasn't for them reaching out to me, we probably would have been in Arizona eventually, but not as fast, because we've been here almost 10 years now.
Yeah.
Right.
Not as fast without being recruited. So basically now we get recruited all the time. And people pitch me, like I get recruited for New York, Nashville. Some places we haven't opened yet, obviously, because it's too far. But if I look through my email right now, there's probably 2 or 3 people saying, "Hey, you want to come to this city? Come here." It's like being
Great problem to have.
It's like being recruited for a sports team or something. Like, hey, I'm a free agent, but all the time.
What's amazing is until I met you, I don't know, must have blinders on because I hadn't seen Ike's. I meet you and Nora, and then the next thing I know, I'm seeing the locations around here. I was even out in California. Remember, I went out a couple weeks to California, and there's an Ike's right around from where my hotel. And so now it's like wherever I go, I see you, and it's amazing. Tell us a little bit about how you collaborate with athletes and then some of the specials real quick.
So initially when I made my menu, I wanted to not have turkey avocado or turkey bacon as the name of the sandwich because that's lame to me. So I started naming them after my friends, my family, and then after around 14 sandwiches, I ran out of friends and family. So I was like, no, I need more friends. So then I just started naming them after like the Golden Gate Bridge, like stuff like that. And I was like, oh, well, I loved the Giants growing up. So I had a Will Clark sandwich. I had a Barry Bonds sandwich. I did a Willie Mays sandwich. Joe Montana. I'm a Bay Area fan.
Yeah.
And then because I had that, all of a sudden athletes would come in or sports-connected people would come in. And like the Giants came up to me in 2008 before Tim Lincecum won his first Cy Young award, they said, "Hey, if Timmy wins a Cy Young, will you name a sandwich after him?" And I thought, "Yeah, of course I will." But I wanted to contain myself, so I said, "Well, if he designs it and he autographs a poster and we put it in the wall, I will do it." So they came back to me and said, "Yeah, Timmy will do it." So once we had our first celebrity endorsement, kind of so to speak, everybody since would come in. Matt Cain was the second athlete. He came in. He said, "Wait, how did Timmy get a sandwich? I want a sandwich." And then so forth and so forth. I met Madison when he was 19.
Okay.
I think he wasn't even 20 yet. Before he was a World Series hero, and he came in. And they brought him in, and he was like, "I wanna design a something with elk," and he was all talking all this stuff, and then and we ended up making the steak sandwich. It's freaking delicious. So that's kind of how it is. And now that we have athletes come, I get DMs or calls all the time. Marshawn, Steph Curry, Luis Gonzalez got a sandwich. Adam Richmond wanted his sandwich designed on Man vs. Food. So it's so forth and so forth. Halsey designed a sandwich. So we just keep rolling. We got some more hopefully coming up that we'll announce soon.
Okay, and we got some specials for April where you can upgrade, $2 upgrade for chips and a drink.
Yeah, all month long. If you're a rewards member, you can get an upgrade. You can get chips and a drink for $2. Well, that's definitely the best deal in town.
And real quick, how can everybody follow you, Ike? I mean, you are the man. How can everybody follow you?
Well, you follow Ike's on everything. We're at Ike Sandwiches. Or you can also follow me because I even give away even more cool stuff. It's at Ike Shehadeh. But you can find us at ikessandwich.com.
And just so you know, I am a proud member.
30
on my phone right there.
Rewards member, yeah. We give away a lot of stuff. I just gave away cardboard cutouts of me online. So make sure you're following us. We give away a lot of food and a lot of Ike stuff.
All right, so we're going to take this break. Ike, thank you for having us. We're going to try to get you back on, or at least we'll get all the specials and everything out here as we move through the show. Appreciate you hanging out. Easy and Jay on the Easy Sports Talk Show, KDUS 1060 AM, KSLX HD Channel 200.7. Be back after these messages, folks. Thank you so much, Ike.
Thank
you.
Hit them up, appreciate it.
Jay.
Clear.
Thank you, Aaron.
Hey, Phoenix, Doug Gottlieb here. I'm bringing the best sports talk weekdays to you, 1 to 3 p.m., right here on KDUS AM 1060.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Milano Music is Arizona's oldest and largest premier destination music store. Located at 38 West Main Street in historic downtown Mesa, Milano's has a 50,000 square foot showroom that features a giant wall of guitars. There are hundreds to choose from as they carry the most popular brands in stock from Gibson, Martin, Taylor, Fender, Yamaha, and many more. In addition, there is a high-end climate-controlled acoustic room and on-site repair facility. Milano's is a complete music store with digital pianos and keyboards, drums and percussion, PA and recording gear, alongside all the band and orchestral products they carry. And with the holidays approaching, they're offering hundreds of musical gift items from all price ranges. Hours of operation and additional information, call Milano Music at 480-827-1111 or visit milanomusic.com.
With over 11 years of serving the Valley, Majestic Services is who you should call for your pressure washing and window cleaning needs. From driveways to sidewalks, pool decks, awnings, patio blinds, even handyman services, and more. Majestic Services has you covered. Call 602-614-9401 today for a free, no-obligation quote. Commercial or residential, call Majestic Services or visit them at majesticservices.net. Majestic Services, let us do your dirty work. 602-614-9401.
We are EIC Agency, and agency is an understatement. We're a full-service customer acquisition powerhouse that can help you slash the cost of new customers and increase the lifetime value of your customers.
And thank you for extending that for me, Aaron.
Leverages content production,
no problem.
Appreciate automation, and analytics to get the most out of your marketing dollars. So, if you want to reduce customer acquisition costs and increase the lifetime value of a customer, there's no better partner than EIC Agency, because we make every impression count. Check us out at eic.agency.
With 2 Valley locations, Tryst Cafe focuses on organic, natural cuisine from the kitchen to the bar. Tryst is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and has a happy hour daily from 3 to 6 p.m. The extensive gluten-free menu and expanding vegan options are always unique and flavorful. The spacious and beautifully decorated Chandler location has a full indoor-outdoor bar that serves bottomless mimosas, Bloody Marys, wine, beer, and over 35 creative cocktails. In addition, there is a coffee and smoothie bar you can order from as you dine in or choose to take out. Tryst Cafe is a 2-category top 10 winner in Ranking Arizona 2022. Be sure to visit the Chandler location at 4205 South Gilbert Road, in Phoenix at 21050 North Tatum Boulevard, and for more information go to trystcafe.com. Tryst Cafe, where an affair with naturally delicious food awaits.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings from 6 to 9 a.m.
This is just
something I like to call breakfast.
With big name guests, timely sports information, and more on KDUS AM 1060.
You're live.
And welcome back to the Easy Sports Talk Show. Hope you're having a great start to your week, folks. Or weekend, I should say. Getting it in over here at the Ike's location. I had no idea, one, Ike's been in business that long and almost 100 stores, man.
Yeah, man.
And it's funny because, like I said, until I bumped into Ike and Nora and got familiar, it's like, I never saw them. Then all of a sudden, now they're everywhere.
Yeah.
And I see when I was out in California,
there's a neuro thing about that.
Yeah, it must be something.
Yeah, it is.
And I am glad that, like I said, they're right around the corner from my house, your house as well. So, you don't have to come near me to get your Ikes on. And, hey, as far as everybody else, you need to get Ikes because there are a lot of other sandwich shops. None of them like Ikes. So,
man,
yeah.
we got, 800?
Yes.
800
Yeah.
Yeah.
This segment right here is brought to you by
Milano Music, family owned and operated since 1946. Milano Music is Arizona's oldest and largest premier destination music store. The 50,000 square foot showroom features a must-see giant wall of guitars. There are hundreds to choose from as they carry the most popular brands in stock. A complete music store, you'll find everything you need from digital pianos, drums, and recording gear to orchestral products. For hours of operation and additional information, call Milano Music at 480-827-1111 or visit milanomusic.com. That's MILANO music.com.
There you go. So a lot of stuff going on in the sports world, man. And obviously, we are a Saturday show. Monday, we had the Final Four wrap up, or I'd say March Madness wrap up, and kind of anticlimactic game after Florida Atlantic lost to San Diego State. Miami lost to UConn. That was the matchup for the championship game on Monday. San Diego State, which was a 5 seed, versus UConn, which was a 4. And basically, UConn mopped the floor with them. So it wasn't, for me, it was like kind of ho-hum as far as the end of the tournament, especially after all my team. Well, my team never even made the tournament.
Yeah.
And then anybody I picked as far as my seat, that all got obliterated the first weekend. So as I mentioned, it was kind of, I was watching, but I wasn't watching. But I tell you what I did keep my eye on, Jay, was the whole, I guess the stuff going on around the women's tournament.
Yeah.
With, Caitlin Clark. Well, they
Before
were
we get
through
that, the
roof.
ratings, they beat the men.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
I'm not mistaken, they beat the men in that regard, and just the excitement and the hype around it, and then some of the other ancillary things that came in.
Well, Caitlin Clark, setting all kind of records and doing her thing for Iowa. Nobody saw them getting past South Carolina, for one.
That made me mad. I ain't gonna lie.
Really? But they got into the championship, and then they placed LSU, and it was almost like the good versus evil. Almost, it felt like the dark side versus the. I'm just saying, it just kind of felt like that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just saying, the Caitlin Clark got a lot of publicity,
Yeah.
rightfully so.
Yes.
But it was almost like everybody was rooting for her, or the shine was on her, and specifically on her. LSU, it was almost like an afterthought, which LSU ended up winning the game 102-85, and then we had the controversy of the. Now, what is this? John Cena, he started
John Cena
this.
did not start that.
Who started it
All
then?
my hip-hop folks out there know it was Tony Yayo that did that.
Well,
first.
explain it then, because
It's
everybody
the
sees.
You can't see me. It's the you can't see me. And then John Cena adopted that because he saw that and said, "Hey, I'll do that. I'll do that out in front of a show." And so he's even mentioned that in an interview or so that he had. I think it was on, if not
Letterman. It was on some late night talk show.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's
So
like,
see, I did not know
you can't
that.
see me, you can't hold me, you can't.
Well, they've
I'm
even
too
adapted
hot to
that.
hold.
They've even done that on some commercials where the I guess the doctor's putting the patient to sleep and he does that real quick.
Yeah.
And then so I mean it's been adopted. I thought that was John Cena's
No,
thing.
yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it's understandable because in the hip hop world, I mean, I know you in the hip hop world, but I'm in that underground hip hop world. That it was the Tony Yayo is what they call it.
So you grimy, right?
Grimy.
You grimy.
That's why you got to watch me when we play these rejoiners.
So Caitlin Clark was doing her thing, and I mean, she was off the chart. I mean,
in the game before,
against
the entire tournament, it was the entire
throwing.
season as well.
I mean, she's one of those players though. There were a couple times she come down and she throws something up, and I was like, "What is she doing?" But it still went in, you know. And she was doing her thing. But LSU especially took offense to that. And then when they ended up winning the championship, who was it, Angel Reese?
Yeah.
I think it was. She gave it back to her along with pointing to the ring finger and all that.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it became a big thing. What are your thoughts?
I think multiple things can be true at the same time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Caitlin Clark, it's nothing but bravado from one athlete to the next. I think it's interesting how Angel Reese did one of those Michael Jordans, and I took that personally from somebody that she didn't even. It was a team that they didn't even play, but she took it personal that she did that. You try to find your motivation wherever you can.
Yeah,
Art called in.
I think that people were looking at it as a way. It's odd how it came down to seriously like a black-white thing.
Yeah,
or
it really
a
did.
conservative liberal thing more often than not in terms of the discussion about it. But Angel Reese was probably took it a little bit too far,
over the top,
and I think people. When in the way in which they defended her, it's crazy how they are, especially the ones who are defending her are more along the lines of, nah, she can do whatever she wants. It's not, no. There's nuance to it. I don't think it's so black and white.
Well, it even got to a point. Well, Caitlin Clark didn't take offense to it, so why should anybody else? There were all kind of excuses for it.
People are offended on behalf of Caitlin Clark. I'm offended for you. I'll ride for you.
Let's go out to the Easy Sports Talk hotline because we got Brother Art calling in, and he wanted to give us some thoughts on something. What's going on, Brother Art?
Man, it ain't really too much to talk about other than my Lakers with some Suns last night. I don't care who plays, whatever.
Yeah, we're going to finish over 500, man. We finishing over 500.
Let's get that one out the way real quick, Miss Ayuka. We going to get that one out the way.
Yeah.
Clippers, I don't know if they play tonight, but they going to lose. The Clippers is the Clippers. Anyway, man, I love y'all. Y'all the best. Anyway. Only thing really, I was hearing y'all talking about what's her name, Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
Hey, you doing the Tony Yayo? Thank you, Mister.
Yes.
You gotta be our age to know about that.
It's
but
true.
the only thing Tony Yayo messed up on, he didn't patent that and make them shirts.
Yeah.
And you know that's right. But anyway, John Cena, that's hip hop. Anyway, Caitlin Clark got what she deserved. You talking, if you ever hoop, you talking crap on the hoop.
Yeah.
When you up by 50, you telling people to shut up, you down by 25. What you expect when them girls from the booth who ain't got nothing to lose with them NIL deals trying to get somewhere where you at, and you just like disrespect it.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to go that route, but you understand what I'm saying.
I get you.
She got balled up, plain and simple. And then the only thing that really burned me up about South Carolina losing that game,
2 minutes, too.
my girl Big Foe come with the freestyle at the press conference, Miss Ayuka. I don't know how to say her name. I will mess her name up. Fauka, I don't know how to say her name. But she call herself Big Foe. She got flow. You probably want to call her. She giving out features and everything. I'm being serious.
I feel you.
Well, hey, we're
like that girl said.
Hey, we got 30 seconds, Art.
I got you. I know y'all up against it. But like that girl said, this is for people who look like me. And Caitlin Clark made him damn so look good. And I'm going to hear y'all after the break.
1 minute.
Great show. Happy Easter, whatever they call it. And you can.
There you go,
sir.
Brother Art.
Real quick,
And
I want to say this real quick. sometimes you find the motivation wherever you can. I know I've seen people play or seen artists perform, and I'm saying, nah, man, he dope. Let me show what. Wait till I get on stage. You just find a little motivation wherever you
30.
can, and sometimes
Oh,
you take it further
absolutely.
than you should, and there can be truth in both things.
We're going to take this break. We won't dive into it, but I thought it was kind of funny how the first lady of the country
20.
remarked that, hey, we
Dasha
should bring
Boska.
Iowa to that was off the chart.
Man, I wish
Anyway,
you
we're going to
would.
take this break. Appreciate you hanging out. Easy and Jay coming live from Ike Sandwiches right here.
I'm about to
across
eat
the
me
street
some
from
of
Desert
this.
Ridge.
I'm about to
Hey,
eat
we're going
me.
to dive into them. Be back after these messages, folks. Hope your weekend's off to a good start. Hit them, Jay.
You get into this sandwich.
Yeah, you hear the wrapping of the bag on
Yeah,
wrapping.
man.
That's us digging into it.
Yeah.
KDUS AM 1060 is the home to the Dan Patrick Show, the Doug Gottlieb Show, and Sports Map Radio. Catch all the sports content here on AM 1060.
This is Ed Smith, host of the Easy Sports Talk Show. How cool would it be if instead of hearing my voice right now, you and our listeners were hearing a promo about your amazing business? Even better, what if we were doing a live remote for one of these beautiful Arizona Saturday mornings from your establishment? If you're interested in partnering with the Easy Sports Talk Show, visit edsmithspeaks.com, click on the radio or contact page, or send us an email to info@edsmithspeaks.com.
E3 Cryo and Wellness Center is a health optimization clinic specializing in cutting-edge therapies for pain and inflammation, performance and recovery, as well as anti-aging and aesthetics. Services include cryotherapy, weight loss, bioidentical hormones, and peptide therapy. Easy Sports Talk encourages you to come in and try a 3-minute cryotherapy session. Find out how your body can thrive in minus 175 degrees or treat your skin to a rejuvenating cryofacial. Just a couple of the services provided by the incredible staff at E3 Cryo. For more information, visit e3cryo.com. Call them at 602-899-CRYO. That's 602-899-2796. Or stop by their Phoenix location at 13615 North 35th Avenue, Suite number 2, Phoenix, Arizona. And be sure to tell the friendly staff, Ed and Jay from the Easy Sports Talk sent you.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Milano Music is Arizona's oldest and largest premier destination music store. Located at 38 West Main Street in historic downtown Mesa, Milano's has a 50,000 square foot showroom that features a giant wall of guitars. There are hundreds to choose from as they carry the most popular brands in stock, from Gibson, Martin, Taylor, Fender, Yamaha, and many more. In addition, there is a high-end climate-controlled acoustic room and on-site repair facility. Milano's is a complete music store with digital pianos and keyboards, drums and percussion, PA and recording gear, alongside all the band and orchestral products they carry. And with the holidays approaching, they're offering hundreds of musical gift items from all price ranges. For hours of operation and additional information, call Milano Music at 480-827-1111 or visit milanomusic.com.
As a national family of public charter school campuses, Imagine Schools partners with parents and guardians in the education of their children by providing high-quality schools that prepare students for lives of leadership, accomplishment, and exemplary character. Imagine Schools of Arizona offers 13 campuses across the valley serving grades pre-K to 12. Imagine Schools focuses on educating the whole child, which means not only rigorous academics, but time also spent on character education, extracurricular activities, and truly getting to know your child one-on-one. To enroll your child or learn more, visit imagineschools.org.
Catch the Doug Gottlieb Show weekdays from 1 to 3 p.m. right here on KDUS AM 1060 and online at KDUS1060.com.
Last time that I checked, it was 5 chains on my neck. It was no smut on my rap. Last time that
You're live.
And welcome back to the Easy Sports Talk Show. You know, there's an art to doing this and getting a bite in between breaks, man. I mean, I've seen people try to do it that don't know what they're doing. It can get quite messy and quite awkward coming back from break. This segment right here is brought to you by
Majestic Services. And speaking of messy, contact Majestic Services to do all the dirty work around your home or business. Majestic Services will pressure wash your driveways, awnings, pool decks, sidewalks, receiving docks, and more. Call Majestic Services at 614-9401 or go to majesticservices.net for your free no obligation quote today.
So the NBA season, the preseason, the 82-game preseason is wrapping up.
Man,
and
you are such a
Brother
hater.
Art, he kind of alluded to it too. We got all these races coming down, final stretch. Suns wrapped up the 4 seed this week
Yeah.
with a couple victories. And then yesterday took it on the chin a little bit by your Lakers. We'll get into that, but that game meant absolutely nothing to the Suns because,
Yeah, you better
as
say
I
it meant something
mentioned,
to these Lakers, fool. You better ask somebody. About that.
well, we'll get into. It's real interesting, man. Suns finish up 4th in the West, locked that up 7.5 games back of who's it, Sacramento? No, Denver,
Yeah.
who's in the 1 spot, and they've been kind of faltering a little bit, but they've been kind of doing the same thing since they wrapped up the 1 seed. They've been kind of stumbling a little bit as well. But as I mentioned, the Suns kind of wrapped everything up this week. They beat the Thunder, they beat the lowly Spurs, beat the Nuggets on Thursday, and then yesterday lost to the Suns, like I said, or the Lakers. I'm sorry, a game that really doesn't matter to them. They got the Clippers tomorrow
Yeah.
to wrap up the season. And right now, because even, we do our run sheet, we get everything set up for the show
Yes, sir.
during the week. Before last night, the Suns were going to be playing the Clippers.
Yes.
That was the 4-5 matchup. And then everything gets jumbled even more because I guess the Warriors must have some type of tiebreaker because now, as of today, and this could all change by tomorrow, which will be final tomorrow. But right now, the Warriors are slotted to play the Suns in the first round. If that happens, playoffs won't start for a week because we still got to get all this play-in stuff, which your Lakers are in a play-in. Almost guaranteed to be in the play. They're guaranteed at least to be in the play-in, so they can't fall out of it. Is there a way that they can still jump in front of the Clippers because they did lose to the Clippers this week?
The math is so crazy on that because it still could be a lot of moving parts in that. But if it comes down to the first round matchup between the Suns and the Golden State,
man, and I didn't even ask Ike, or who's your team or your basketball team? I thought about that.
Warriors.
Coming over here real quick, then jump in here because I want to get your thoughts on. Obviously, you're in the Valley of the Sun right now, but you're from, the Bay Area, and right now the Warriors look like they're getting back to full strength with Wiggins possibly coming back. Do you know that's been a mystery in itself with Wiggins being out, family matters, whatever. But it looks like he's not going to play in these last regular season games, but he's back. Where are you on your Warriors, especially with this potential first round matchup? How are you feeling about these playoffs getting ready to start?
If they have their whole team, it's kind of, as a Warriors fan, and I'm sure the players would say this themselves, they're not afraid of anybody.
Yeah.
If they're 100% healthy, and for sure, if that's a first round matchup for the Suns, I love KD. He gets free Ikes for life. He has a free Ikes for life card.
Indeed.
Chris Paul, you see it at Ikes all the time. So I'm a Suns fan, just not if they're playing the Warriors.
Yeah.
I hear you.
And that's a tough first round, like for anybody.
Man, Jay, we're at a spot where because we don't know until tomorrow, everything wraps up. The first round of these playoffs could be because we all know it's championship or bust with these Suns. When you have KD bringing him in, and it's almost how bad could it be if we lost in the first round? But it is possible, isn't it?
Yeah, it's possible. But again, maybe I'm speaking about it because I'm on the outside looking in. But I don't care who. If I'm an athlete, I don't care who I play. I want to play. If I got to go through the toughest gauntlet to be able to get to that championship, then that's what I got to do. And it just so happens that because of the way that the Warriors have performed this season, that this is where they're at. And so if you got to play them and you've had some issues in terms of the Suns as well, that's what it is. You both feel comfortable. If I'm a Suns fan, I feel confident about at least getting to the finals, the NBA finals. If I'm a Warriors fan, I feel the same way because we haven't had our full complement of players at different point in time, and maybe we didn't take they took that Laker approach where they back in the day with Phil Jackson where they didn't value the regular season as much as other teams did.
You know that old saying, "Work smarter, not harder," right?
Yeah.
What in either of your minds is it possible to even imagine? Because it's a possibility that the Warriors, obviously in that 5 spot, could have potentially lost and slid back to the 6. so you don't see the Suns. Is there anything in your mind that thinks, well, they were stupid for landing in the 5 spot, Ike, or is it, hey, we're going to take on what we see in front of us?
What I for sure first round against KD and the Suns is not the ideal matchup for them, and I know the Warriors aren't afraid of that. Yeah, if they were in the 6 and they were playing somebody else, it'd probably be more ideal, and then play Phoenix later on. Though, I mean, that's going to be if that is the first round matchup, it's going to be one of the best ones in the whole association.
Yeah, I don't ever know if I've ever seen a matchup
iron sharpens iron, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
and maybe whoever wins that one becomes
sharp.
the champ, right?
They mentally sharp coming out of it. Because if anything, so nobody's disrespecting either of these teams, right?
No.
The team that's being disrespected are the Sacramento Kings, as in people saying, we could play them.
Yeah.
We can play y'all. We'll play. Hey, who you wanna guard? I'll guard Jay. And then I'm looking saying, okay, you gonna guard? Okay. And then I end up sucking during the game. But the point is, is that when you feel as if somebody's pointing you out,
Yeah.
not because you're super talented, but because you're very inexperienced, that can give you different motivation. That can help you to get laser focused. And as well as if you look at how we put ourselves in these positions, if you're looking at the Suns and the Warriors, because we didn't take the regular season serious enough, or we were just we were just beset by injuries, whatever the case may be. This is our opportunity to make it all right.
It has been a weird season. You look over in the East and you see the true front runners over there in Milwaukee, the Celtics, even the Sixers at a 3 spot. And we're looking at this West, where the West has normally been the conference that's the strong conference. So to a sense, it almost seems like Bizarro World, where everything's kind of flipped upside down. Where do you see in this? Do you see anybody from the West beating those 3 from the East? Ike, do you think we have enough power? Whoever comes out of the West to take Milwaukee or Boston?
I think for sure whoever comes out of the West has a chance against the Eastern teams. I don't think while the Eastern teams are great, I would take the Warriors or the Suns in the final matchup against any of those teams.
Yeah, I agree.
You think so as well?
Yeah, because again, the West is more watered down than it has been in a while, so nobody can deny that. But I think there are 2 teams two, maybe 3, in the 2, I would say the Warriors and I would say the Suns, that if they get out of the West and they make it to the finals, that you feel comfortable about that. I think if the Titans in the East end up battling it out in the conference finals, they might not see that level of competition to really sharpen them until they get to the conference finals, where I think throughout the course of the Western Finals is going to be much more hotly contested.
Okay, before I get you out of here, I gotta get your thoughts on that other team in California, that Lakers team. One, obviously you're a Warriors fan. Do you respect them or think there's any way with their season that they could be a threat in the West? Because everybody all of a sudden is like, oh my God, it's like the Lakers are waking up and they're finally getting it right. And I'm looking at Anthony Davis. Every time I see him, I'm just waiting for an ankle tweak or something like that where, it's been reported that Anthony's done for the next 4 weeks. So we don't know what's going to happen there. But do you think the Lakers are a threat in the West right now?
So for me with the Lakers, and you said it, is LeBron going to be tired? I know he's got a lot of tread. Though respect to him, if he can get it done, like any team with LeBron on it, we saw what he did with the Cavs team and the Warriors, and just getting going to the finals for all those years. Though
2 minutes.
If AD, like, he can roll his ankle at any time. So
That's true too.
they're old and I don't want to say fragile, but they're old and they could get injured. And obviously if that happens, they don't have a shot. As long as they're both there. Though, I mean, KD, I think, will take him out, or the Warriors will take him out. No disrespect to the Lakers. They're just not that team this year.
I'm a Laker fan. You know me. I'm a Laker fan, and there's 2 ways that I compare this Laker team. One is that the team that went to the finals against the Bulls when Magic was kind of at the tail end of his career, the team was really breaking down. That's what this team reminds me of. Whereas you didn't have any expectations of them, at least from my standpoint, of them getting to the finals, the conference finals, or the NBA finals, or that team with Kobe, Shaq, and Karl Malone and all that just imploded when they got to the NBA finals. Those 2 things. So I don't neither ending is a positive.
Well, for me, like I said, the 82 game preseason is over. It's time to get to some real
It's
basketball,
y'all's fault, man, that
playoff
people don't
basketball.
value the
I'm
regular
just
season.
not. Wait, I'm ready because, like I said, this West is going to be wide open. And if it does come down to Golden State and Suns in the first round, wow, man, that's
30.
going to be interesting. So, uh, goodness gracious, I'm so excited. It's like before Christmas, man.
Oh my God!
Thank you for jumping on again with us, Ike.
You're welcome.
We're gonna take this break.
20.
Appreciate you hanging out, Easy and Jay on the Easy Sports Talk Show. Got Ike hanging out with us as well. KDUS 1060 AM, KSLX HD Channel 200.7. Mark from True Narrative Media hanging out with
Ken.
us. Got our interns. We're getting it in out here. Got Brother Mitch is gonna jump in later on with us. Be back after these messages, folks.
You can.
Clear.
I'm gonna jump out and come back in too, Aaron.
Okay.
Thank you.
Interact
Appreciate you,
with
man.
Bob Kent's
I'm
poll
sitting here and
question
I'm
at
like,
KDUS1060.com. That's KDUS1060.com. And while you're there, check out Bob Kent's bottom line at KDUS1060.com.
With two Valley locations, Twist Cafe focuses on.
Until they can actually prove it. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm not.
What now? So I was looking at how the standings work and everything in the playoffs.
Expanding vegan options are always unique and flavorful. The spacious and beautifully decorated Chandler location has a full indoor-outdoor bar that serves bottomless mimosas, Bloody Marys, wine, beer, and over 35 creative cocktails. In addition, there is a coffee and smoothie bar you can order from as you dine in or choose to take out. Tryst Cafe is a 2-category top 10 winner in Ranking Arizona 2022. Be sure to visit the Chandler location at 4205 South Gilbert Road, in Phoenix at 21050 North Tatum Boulevard, and for more information, go to trystcafe.com. Tryst Cafe, where an affair with naturally delicious food awaits.
Students enrolled at Imagine Online Academy grades K through 8 can expect to receive quality, rigorous learning experiences that include a focus on the Imagine School's shared values, along with character education at the heart of the Imagine organization curriculum. Imagine Online Academy is committed to providing students the support and resources they need to succeed as learners in online education. Our goal is developing character and enriching young minds. For more information, visit imagineazonline.org.
With over 11 years of serving the Valley, Majestic Services is who you should call for your pressure washing and window cleaning needs. From driveways to sidewalks, pool decks, awnings, patio blinds, even handyman services and more, Majestic Services has you covered. Call 602-614-9401 today for a free, no-obligation quote. Commercial or residential, call Majestic Services or visit them at majesticservices.net. Majestic Services, let us do your dirty work. 602-614-9401.
Hi, this is Ed Smith, host of the Easy Sports Talk Show. In addition to hosting the show every Saturday, did you know I'm also an inspirational and motivational speaker? Utilizing life experience in my 15-year professional sports career, I offer programs to a wide variety of audiences. Tips from the locker room to the boardroom and beyond. Whether you're a corporate executive, sports organization, or faith-based organization, Ed Smith Speaks can customize a team-building, motivational, and inspirational program to fill your needs. I'd love to come inspire and motivate your group to create lifelong shining moments. To learn more about booking me for your event, visit edsmithspeaks.com or contact me directly at info@edsmithspeaks.com. Family owned and operated since 1946, Milano Music is Arizona's oldest and largest premier destination music store. Located at 38 West Main Street in historic downtown Mesa, Milano's has a 50,000 square foot showroom that features a giant wall of guitars. There are hundreds to choose from as they carry the most popular brands in stock, from Gibson, Martin, Taylor, Fender, Yamaha, and many more. In addition, there is a high-end climate-controlled acoustic room and on-site repair facility. Milano's is a complete music store with digital pianos and keyboards, drums and percussion, PA and recording gear, alongside all the band and orchestral products they carry. And with the holidays approaching, they are offering hundreds of musical gift items from all price ranges. For hours of operation and additional information, call Milano Music at 480-827-1111 or visit milanomusic.com.
That's a grip right there.
Extra Point with local and national topics, betting lines, and banter. Weekdays 10 to noon on KDUS AM 1060, KDUS1060.com, and the KDUS 1060 app.
You're live.
And welcome back to the Easy Sports Talk Show. Hope you're having a great start to your weekend. You know what's happening out here, and I'm a little ticked off. It's starting to get a little warm out here, a little too fast for me. I know it's April, but this ain't right. It's not right. You know me, I'm like a big polar bear. I like a little coolness in my life.
Take it as cool as it can, as long as it can be, man.
This segment right here is brought to you by
Casual Sports Radio Network. CasualSports.com is your destination for the latest updates and in-depth coverage of your Arizona sports teams, including all things Arizona Cardinals for the Bird Gang fan base. Visit casualsports.com. That's KAZUALSPORTZ.com for feature articles, great podcasts, such as the repurposing of the Easy Sports Talk Show, Believe in the Arizona Cardinals, music programming like Microphone Masters and more. Casualsports.com. And we'll also, in the next month or so, we'll be starting to live stream right to casualsports.com as well. So make sure you keep that in your mental Rolodex.
Yes, a lot going on. We'll get you up to date as we get some things formulated. Interesting thing, we're talking about the potential first round matchup, and it could all change by tomorrow, depending on how everything shakes out. But right now, we're looking at facing Golden State, and we did bring up Wiggins being away from the team for personal reasons. He's been away for a while. And part of our discussion, even with KD, was, coming to the Suns and, 3 games, and all of a sudden he got hurt and he had to miss a bunch. Part of the discussion was, well, can we just plug him in and him be a factor for us?
Yeah.
How much time would we need to get him into the lineup, to get him into the mix, to, see how this all works? And KD is like a unicorn. He is so unique where he is so plug and play. You can put him in just about anybody's roster, and he's going to be KD because he doesn't need the ball. He doesn't, he's not egotistical or anything like that. He's very, like I said, he'll basically, what do you need me to do? Ask me, and I'm going to go do it. Now,
here's what I want to ask about this, though.
Yeah,
I'm tapping into your brain, to your experience as an athlete, whether it's in the locker room or out on the field, right, or in the clubhouse or in the locker room. So with Wiggins, with some of the stuff, and y'all can Google it and figure it out, but with some of the personal things that were going on, how tough is it to compartmentalize? It's not as if you had, man, I caught a few red lights, or I forgot to, my wife yelled at me because I forgot to do the dishes before I left the house, but it's some serious personal things that are going on. How tough is it to put that to the side and perform when in between the the yellow line, whatever it is? How tough is that? Because that's what's going to happen when he comes back in the playoffs and it's ratcheted up to level 12.
That's interesting. It sounds like you've done a little more research on that than I have in terms of what's going on with him. I have no clue.
Yeah.
Maybe on break you can tell me what
let's just say person A finds out is with young lady B, finds out that homeboy Y is actually this little child that's been brought along. Oh, and person Y is supposed to be my partner, my homeboy.
Oh, wait a minute.
Let's just say that. So,
okay.
Yeah. So let's just say that. But so if you
you're going to talk. We're going to talk more on the break. Yeah.
And so that's the thing that is what's going on, right?
Okay.
And the reason I'm asking this is because for the last, I didn't think that my father passing away hit me as much as it did.
Mm-hmm.
I might not have been crying and all this stuff in terms of how, let's say, other people that were definitely impacted by his passing.
Yeah.
But it impacted me in different ways.
Okay.
And so not being at my top performance in many aspects of my life. So that's why I wonder if, depending on the severity of what's going on in your personal life, how that can either help you to focus or negatively impact you when it comes to performing.
And and we talk about this all the time. It's an individual thing. Some people they need that getaway to make them forget about what's going on at home. Then others, they take it with them on the court or on the field, and that's all they can think about, and it interferes with their ability to do their job for the most part. I've seen and heard, and I've actually experienced it myself when I was going through different things. You're going through a relationship breakup, or something like you mentioned is happening at home, and I've had those instances where it was so hard to focus that it really just took me away from my game.
Right.
Now here's the thing, and I've also witnessed it, and you'll love this reference. I witnessed it from one Eugene Robinson.
Yes.
Who went out the night before the game, got caught as Super. For anybody who doesn't know, Google Eugene Robinson Super Bowl. We all, and I've asked about this and talked about it for years. But I was there for him not being obviously at his top of his game because of what had happened the night before, no sleep. We all know he got busted, prostitute or undercover and all that kind of stuff. I've seen him where he was totally gone.
Yeah.
Mine not there. Whereas, like I said, I've also witnessed other teammates who were so focused, and like I said, it was the 3 hours that we were on the field was their break away from whatever they were dealing with.
Right. Okay.
So it all depends, and with Wiggins, we don't know, and I'm really curious.
From what I understand, his teammates support him.
Yeah.
That's why there's nothing is really except for drips from drabs here, but nothing from the team that's come out.
Yeah.
And so I know that he has that. It seems that he would have that support system from his teammates.
Yeah.
But fans don't care.
No, fans don't care.
Fans
and
don't care.
if they find out, they'll use that against you as well. That's how cruel.
Whether they support the team, your team that you play for or not, fans don't care. Because if they lose, then they trying to get. And that's one of the things. That's what I wonder. And then just to kind of even transition to with Zion, because eventually the fans of the Pelicans are going to dealer out on Zion, or even. He's venturing into that AD territory, right?
Yeah.
Whereas every time that he either goes down or he doesn't show up for a practice or something, where they wonder, is he going to be here? So how can we build our future around somebody who can't be, even if it's through no fault of his own, that can't be counted on because his body is giving out on him.
And just give everybody a preview on Zion. Zion is reaching that territory where I don't know whether he can, if he doesn't come back with like next year, full on 82 games, he's the man. At this point, I'm starting to worry about his future. And he drafted in 2019. In that season, he played 20 games, I think it was, and 24 games, right?
Yep.
2020 season, he played 61 games, his best. He missed all of 2020, 21. This year, he's at 29 games on the court.
But when he was on the court, he was balling.
I know, but right now he's at 29 games, and the report came out that the Pelicans are, we're going to readjust his rehab and his timetable, and he's probably not going to be back. They've already put him out for the play-in tournament, which will be next week, and then your hope is if they get through that and get into the playoffs, he can play. My question is this, Jay, and I've had hamstrings before. I've had every injury you can imagine. Whether it be hamstring, shoulder, back. He's been out since the first part of January with a hamstring. We're talking 3 months now, and he's still rehabbing a hamstring. It's one thing you tear a knee up, ACL, MCL, so we know what we're dealing with. This is a hamstring. He's out for 3 months, and I'm like scratching my head, and he looks real happy on the sideline. To be honest with you,
is he supposed to be sad on the sidelines though?
I would look a little. I would look less.
That's what fans
I would
do.
look a
Easy.
little
You
less
can't
happy.
do that, man.
I would look a little less happy.
Be grateful for life and the fact that he can breathe. I was talking to Mark in one of the breaks, and I said, "Mark, how you doing, man? This, that, and the other." He said, "How's this certain situation?" I told him. He said, "Man, forget everything else you about to say, man. You blessed right now." And I said, "Yeah, you right, Mark.
Yeah,
right.
Zion is blessed too with about $30 million, $40 million a year.
You sound like you sit in a barbershop right now.
I'm just saying.
I'll tell you what about that boy. That boy right there. That boy looked too happy. If that was me, boy, come on now. Like you about to give him some turkey.
Give me at least a frown or something, bro. I mean, he looks very content. Okay, let's use a different word. He looks very content where he's sitting. He doesn't look like he's worried about getting back on the court anytime soon. And I'm like I said, I am starting to question if obviously if he doesn't make a run this year and he comes back next year and he misses a whole bunch of games, what's the point at that time?
You know what he reminds me of? And I think I mentioned this maybe a few months ago. Sam Bowie. Remember Sam Bowie?
Sam Bowie, yeah.
His body was just breaking down on him all the time, right? Or no, what's my man that looked like he was 60 when he was drafted?
Oh, Oden. Greg Oden, yeah. You didn't even have to really. All you had to say that older the dude that looked like I'm like Oden, Greg Oden.
But that's what those are through no fault of your own. That's just genetics. That's just DNA that's breaking down on you, man.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about DNA.
He about to get his money though. That would give me.
I would say it's more. I would say it's more BLT, not DNA. But
you
put
win.
the point down.
You win.
But I'm just.
You win. You win.
All right, hey, we got 1 hour down.
You win.
We're gonna take this break. Hope you're having a good weekend so far. Easy and Tay on the Easy Sports Talk Show, KDUS 1060 AM, KSLX HD Channel 2 We'll be back after these messages, folks.
Ayukin. BLT, not
I'm serious. Make it a double. I want more. I want 2 bacons.
I hate you, man. Oh my goodness.
1060 KDUS
You suck, man.
Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.
Parents, the next 30 seconds could save your child's life. Every day, Arizona teens are buying and selling counterfeit pills laced with fentanyl. And it's all happening right from the apps they use on their phone. The pills are disguised as prescription medication and look harmless, but just one can have deadly consequences. Monitor your texts and social media. And visit talknowaz.com to get the facts on fentanyl. Even if you don't think your child is taking pills, talking with them could be the reason they never do. 42 million Americans struggle with hunger, yet 35% of the food in this country is wasted. Those aren't just numbers, they're our neighbors. Your daughter's friend from school, a family of 4 next door. The Kroger Company's Zero Hunger, Zero Waste Foundation is committed to making fresh food accessible to all by ensuring it never goes to waste. Together, we can help end hunger. Learn more at zerohunger.zerowastefoundation.org.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Milano Music is Arizona's oldest and largest premier destination music store. Located at 38 West Main Street in historic downtown Mesa, Milano's has a 50,000 square foot showroom that features a giant wall of guitars. There are hundreds to choose from as they carry the most popular brands in stock, from Gibson, Martin, Taylor, Fender, Yamaha, and many more. In addition, there is a high-end climate-controlled acoustic room and on-site repair facility. Milano's is a complete music store with digital pianos and keyboards, drums and percussion, PA and recording gear, alongside all the band and orchestral products they carry. And with the holidays approaching, they're offering hundreds of musical gift items from all price ranges. For hours of operation and additional information, call Milano Music at 480-827-1111 or visit milanomusic.com.
Imagine Schools of Arizona is now hiring bus drivers. Serving 8 campuses across the valley, there are plenty of great opportunities available. When you join Imagine Schools, you will receive paid training, paid time off, great benefits, a 401k program, and with a starting salary of $17.50 an hour and up. To apply or for more information, contact Frank Sturpey at frank.sturpey@imagineschools.org. That's frank.stirpe@imagineschools.org or call him at 602-318-4888. E3 Cryo and Wellness Center is a health optimization clinic specializing in cutting-edge therapies for pain and inflammation, performance and recovery, as well as anti-aging and aesthetics. Services include cryotherapy, weight loss, bioidentical hormones, and peptide therapy. Easy Sports Talk encourages you to come in and try a 3-minute cryotherapy session. Find out how your body can thrive in minus 175 degrees or treat your skin to a rejuvenating cryofacial. Just a couple of the services provided by the incredible staff at E3 Cryo. For more information, visit e3cryo.com. Call them at 602-899-CRYO. That's 602-899-2796. Or stop by their Phoenix location at 13615 North 35th Avenue, Suite number 2, Phoenix, Arizona. And be sure to tell the friendly staff, Ed and Jay from the Easy Sports Talk sent you.
With 2 Valley locations, Tryst Cafe focuses on organic, natural cuisine from the kitchen to the bar. Tryst is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and has a happy hour daily from 3 to 6 p.m. The extensive gluten-free menu and expanding vegan options are always unique and flavorful. The spacious and beautifully decorated Chandler location has a full indoor-outdoor bar that serves bottomless mimosas, Bloody Marys, wine, beer, and over 35 creative cocktails. In addition, there is a coffee and smoothie bar you can order from as you dine in or choose to take out. Tryst Cafe is a 2-category top 10 winner in Ranking Arizona 2022. Be sure to visit the Chandler location at 4205 South Gilbert Road, in Phoenix at 21050 North Tatum Boulevard, and for more information, go to trystcafe.com. Tryst Cafe, where an affair with naturally delicious food awaits.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.
Easy Sports Talk is brought to you by great partners of the show, including Colt Artisan
Oh,
Beverage
boy.
Company, the official beverage company of Ed, Jay, and the Easy Sports Talk Show.
James Hong ain't got nothing on me. 2-ton beast stomping the city. It's a monster in the streets. Body and MC. I'm like Solomon with the flip.
You're live.
And welcome back to hour 2 of the Easy Sports Talk Show. I wish you folks could be here to see Jay put a sandwich away between the breaks. That man know how to eat, boy. Getting it in. Coming to you
You
live.
just call me Zion?
I'm not. I ain't call you Zion. Coming to you today live from Ike's Sandwich Shop at right across the street from Desert Ridge. So it's the Desert Ridge area, 20910 North Tatum Boulevard, Phoenix 85050. And the crazy part is Ike's is taking over the valley. You can actually go to ikesandwiches.com to find the nearest location near you. A lot of times we do these remotes and we're in a specific spot,
Yeah.
and that's where you can have to come here to get it.
Yeah.
That's not true at Ike's. Like I said, Ike's is taking over the valley. So make sure you visit ikesandwiches.com so you can find the nearest location, and then go explore the sandwich world.
And they got a lot of sandwiches.
Yes, they
I'm telling
do.
you, man.
Yes,
And
they
that
do.
Madison Bumgarner,
It's off the chart. Yeah.
It's real.
Yes.
It's real. It's
So
real.
Cardinals continue to stay in the news for all the wrong reasons, bruh. Well, I mean, we're looking for a nice, quiet off season, and here they go again. Last year was the whole Kyler Murray and the scrubbing of social media and contract and all this kind of stuff. We get through that horrible season, and you think, hey, we got new management in here. Let's just slowly roll into the season, let them do their thing, and we'll get through this. And then comes out that former Cardinals executive Terry McDonough, he filed a claim with the NFL, basically accusing Bidwell and the Cardinals of cheating, gross misconduct, discrimination, harassment, creating an environment where minorities feared for just had fear within the organization. And man, it just, like I said, it just continues to come, Jay.
But the accusation is the thing that'll get you, whether there's some validity to the claims or not. Just throwing it out there is crazy.
Well, the thing is, we all know once you say it, it's out there, and anybody can try to pull it back. But this one, like, I'll ask you, and I'll give you my opinion. When you first hear it, the first thing comes to my mind, because Bidwell has, I wouldn't say the greatest track record in the world.
Right.
He's cheap. There's certain things we hear all the time. What, you sitting over there?
How can you call him cheap, man? He paying millions and millions of dollars. He might be more frugal than others.
Okay, let's call him. You want to call him frugal? I'll call him penny pinching then. Whatever you want to call it, it all means the same thing.
Okay.
In the sports world, if you're not willing to open that pocketbook every now and then, I will say, sometimes I'll say this: sometimes foolishly spending money. They don't know how to spend their money on the right thing.
Because this is the family business. It's not as if this was something that was acquired to add to the fortune, to the legacy. Yeah. This is the family business.
One of the accusations that McDonough had was that while Keim was suspended a couple years ago, there was a 5-game suspension.
2018.
2018. Yeah. So there was a 5-game suspension, and it was right before the season started. So it was through training camp. He had a DUI.
DUI, yes.
So he got suspended, and he was supposed to be away from the team, no contact, right?
Right.
So the accusation from McDonough is that somehow it was orchestrated where we're going to go out and get you guys some burner phones.
That Kevin Gates, too.
Yeah. So Terry McDonough, we're going to get you a burner phone. Steve Wilkes, we're going to get you a burner phone, too. So you can stay in touch with Keim and want you. So the accusation is that, hey, we have wanted nothing to do with that.
But we were forced to do it. They came to us and told us, hey, here are these cell phones, and you go ahead and stay in touch with Keim. And so they were kind of forced to do it. Now, the Cardinals in their comeback, and we'll talk about other comeback, but in their comeback to that initial
but McDonough said that he said, no, I don't want to do it. And that's when Bidwell got upset.
Yeah. And then he says he still has the phones, right? The phone. And the Cardinals, they actually admitted to, the team admits burner phones were used, but contend that Bidwell, once he found out about them, he took swift action and made sure everybody went and collected the phones. And we're not going to have any of that over here. We're going to do the things the right way.
Why does he do this, Mark?
I'm just saying.
Why does he do this?
That's what Bidwell did, right? But meanwhile, McDonough has the phone, still has the phone, right? So, I mean, if it walks like a duck and cracks like a duck, it's a duck, baby. So he's going to pretend. They want to pretend. Now, here's the thing. I will say this. You and I talked about this on the Believe in the Arizona Cardinals podcast, where you can catch where, Jay?
EasySportsTalk.com. Just click on the Believe in the Arizona Cardinals tab, or you can go to SiriusXM app and just type in Believe in the Arizona Cardinals, BLEAV, or wherever you find your podcast. Again, search Believe in the Arizona Cardinals.
And let's not be stupid. We all know that, like, say if somebody gets suspended, even when players get suspended, right? I never was suspended in my career, but I'm saying I know when players get suspended or they're supposed to be away from the team, supposed to be no contact, right?
Right.
We all know somebody's reaching out to them. The closer it gets to their suspension ending.
Ed, if you talk to Mike over there, let Mike know that he needs to do blah, 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 blah.
Well, the closer it gets to the end of the suspension, we want you to get back so you're ready. So here's a little information, here's the playbook or whatever. So we want you to up to speed when you get back here, that type of thing.
Yeah.
If anybody is stupid enough to think that Keim left to serve that suspension and he had zero contact with anybody, because one, how can you prove it, for one, especially if you're calling from these burner phones. But if anybody thinks that he had no contact, that's one, you're fooling yourself. So we do know what was going on. Now, the fact that the Cardinals want to pretend like, yeah, it started, but we made sure we stopped that right away. Like, come on. Seriously? You would be better off just saying, well, we had to call Steve for an emergency. Something was going on. We just had to reach out to him, rather than try to tell me that we found out about it. And Bidwell was like, no, we're not going to have him with that. Somebody go get those phones, and we don't want to. He's supposed to be serving a suspension. So somebody go get those phones, and come on, bro. I'm just saying.
But hold on. What I have the issue with is, let's say I'm suing you.
Yeah.
I'm accusing you of cheating. But then I say, and also, he was talking bad about Mark. So Mark, and then also Elian was mad too. So I'm gonna bring in Elian too. So that's what I'm representing.
Are you talking about
Elian
from McDonough?
From McDonough, from McDonough. He's bringing all these other folks in, saying, and then he also, when sometimes he drives fast over the speed bumps, and then also, so that all this stuff, something is gonna stick because of the number, the quantity of the allegations.
Here's the thing. This is one of those situations where you can't feel bad for either party.
Yeah.
For McDonough, yeah, he lost his job, and obviously we had new owner management coming in here, and
but when we
then
look at it, I know we're gonna get into it next segment.
Yeah.
When we get into McDonough. This dude, most of us have, here. Well, Mark, me, you, and Mark, we got kids, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna tell you one more time. If you do it again, you're gonna get a spanking. All right, I'm gonna tell you one more time.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm gonna take your car. Okay, but the next time, and he kept getting.
We'll get into that portion
getting opportunity
of it, yeah.
after opportunity, and said, "Goodness gracious!"
As
when
far,
was you gonna
I don't
reprimand this man?
I don't have a whole lot of sympathy, because if even a portion of what they accuse him of is true, then we're just dealing with bad, sides all apart. But for me, the whole thing with the Cardinals trying to pretend like, nothing's going on over here, folks. Yeah, no, that to me is the biggest. That's a whole bunch of malarkey, bro.
I think for me, while I'm really going to take a kind of more of a wait and see, but I'm not so disillusioned that I think that none of this stuff happens.
Yeah.
That none of the communication outside of specific time frames doesn't happen when it's not supposed to. Or especially, I think it's when we look at, especially with football and with basketball, when they say you can sign the contracts here. You can start talking at noon, and you can't start signing until 2. And then straight up at 2, you see all these different contracts coming in because they've been talking the whole time. So it's the worst kept secret in the world. So I believe some of these things, depending on the
I know we got to go to a break. Remember Eddie Murphy, Delirious?
1 minute.
Right? Wasn't me. I saw you with my own eyes. Wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
That's basically what they're saying. Wasn't me. Yeah, we did it, but wasn't. So what I want to talk about when we come back from the break is their response to his filing of a claim.
If there was a hashtag to their response, it's called blowtorch.
Yes, scorched earth.
Man.
They went straight Thanos on him.
Woo.
So we're gonna take this break. Coming out. Appreciate you hanging out with Easy and Jay on the Easy Sports Talk Show. We got brother Mark Twain Beaver from True Narrative Media here, coming to you live from Ike's Sandwich Shop in right across from Desert Ridge, 20910 Tatum Boulevard, Phoenix 85050. You can't miss it.
101
in
in Tatum.
101 in Tatum. So come back here and get one of these tasty, delicious sandwiches. Hope you're having a great weekend too so far, folks. Even though it's too doggone hot for me already.
10.
It's too hot. I'm just telling you.
Word to Cool in the Gang.
I
Too
guess so.
hot.
Hey, we'll be back after this, folks.
You can.
Clear.
Thanks, sir.
Every Monday night, check out Ray Adams as he hosts the Monday Night Golf and Lifestyle Show from 6 to 7 p.m. here on KDUS AM 1060.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Milano Music is Arizona's oldest and largest premier destination music store. Located at 38 West Main Street in historic downtown Mesa, Milano's has a 50,000 square foot showroom that features a giant wall of guitars. There are hundreds to choose from as they carry the most popular brands in stock: Gibson, Martin, Taylor, Fender, Yamaha, and many more. In addition, there is a high-end climate-controlled acoustic room on-site repair facility. Milano's is a complete music store with digital pianos and keyboards, drums and percussion, PA and recording gear, alongside all the band and orchestral products they carry. And with the holidays approaching, they're offering hundreds of musical gift items from all price ranges. For hours of operation and additional information, call Milano Music at 480-827-1111 or visit milanomusic.com.
With over 11 years of serving the Valley, Majestic Services is who you should call for your pressure washing and window cleaning needs. From driveways to sidewalks, pool decks, awnings, patio blinds, even handyman services, and more. Majestic Services has you covered. Call 602-614-9401 today for a free, no-obligation quote. Commercial or residential, call Majestic Services or visit them at majesticservices.net. Majestic Services, let us do your dirty work. 602-614-9401.
We are EIC Agency, and agency is an understatement. We're a full-service customer acquisition powerhouse that can help you slash the cost of new customers and increase the lifetime value of your customers. Our team of experts leverages content production, ads, SEO, automation, and analytics to get the most out of your marketing dollars. So if you want to reduce customer acquisition costs and increase the lifetime value of a customer, there's no better partner than EIC Agency, because we make every impression count. Check us out at eic.agency.
With 2 Valley locations, Tryst Cafe focuses on organic, natural cuisine from the kitchen to the bar. Tryst is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and has a happy hour daily from 3 to 6 p.m. The extensive gluten-free menu and expanding vegan options are always unique and flavorful. The spacious and beautifully decorated Chandler location has a full indoor-outdoor bar that serves bottomless mimosas, Bloody Marys, wine, beer, and over 35 creative cocktails. In addition, there is a coffee and smoothie bar you can order from as you dine in or choose to take out. Tryst Cafe is a 2-category top 10 winner in Ranking Arizona 2022. Be sure to visit the Chandler location at 4205 South Gilbert Road, in Phoenix at 21050 North Tatum Boulevard, and for more information, go to trystcafe.com. Tryst Cafe, where an affair with naturally delicious food awaits.
Check out KDUS AM 1060 on 100.7 KSLX HD2. That's right, HD Radio on 100.7 channel number 2.
Craziest. 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 Yeah. Welcome back to the Easy Sports Talk Show. You must be on my play. You must be digging in my playlist or something.
Yeah, sometimes when I send them, I still get crazy because I think I make sure I find the clean ones.
Yeah,
I don't want Aaron to get mad at me and you fire me.
Well, it's funny. As soon as it comes, like some songs come on, I'm like bracing myself, like, because I know.
Next week, I'm going to do all Onyx and DMX. All Onyx DMX. And we're going to be, oh, my God. Oh, no.
Hey, this segment right here is brought to you by
True Narrative Media. True Narrative Media understands in today's world, the visual aspect of media is extremely effective in growing your business and expanding your brand awareness. True Narrative Media specializes in telling your unique story, providing a wide range of video services for companies and businesses of all sizes. For more information, call 623-335-0735 or visit TrueNarrativeMedia.com. I'm telling you, if you are looking to gain more of a spotlight, whether it's they have the access to drone photography and footage, photography, and we know what they do in terms of video services. True Narrative Media should be your stop.
There you go. And Brother Mark has got us plastered all over the place, looking good on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, you name it. So, we started talking last segment about the Cardinals and the allegations that were tossed at them. The interesting part is, in most instances, the organization, they usually take the higher road, right? Think about this. Who's my man with the Dolphins? Who filed initially? Flores filed a lawsuit against the Dolphins, right?
Yeah.
And they pretty much said, okay, we'll just let this all play out. What was the Miami Dolphins' response? Did they come out and say anything?
They just denied it.
They denied it.
Just a simple denial.
Denial, but they didn't, dig into what the Cardinals did. And you mentioned it was we went to break. They lit fire to one Terry McDonough
McDonough was NWA coming out dissing Ice Cube. And the Cardinals are Ice Cube in this sense, and they came back with no Vaseline.
Well,
just went
I joked about it the other day. It's almost like somebody trying to get beef with Eminem. Yeah, he'll talk about his own mama.
Yeah.
I mean, he's talked about her and her. And so what the Cardinals did, they put you sent it to me. They put this response together, and what they did,
they used an outside public relations firm instead of their own. But yeah.
And instead of just saying, "Hey, we disagree with how Terry McDonough felt, and we'll let everything play out," and they went to the fact of, in the article they were like talking about how he didn't do this. He taped people, which was bad because he was walking around recording people and stuff
without
like
their
that.
Knowledge.
And they went so deep into his personal relationship, how he denied his own daughter or child.
Gosh.
And what he was walking around like he's a big family man, but he was didn't have anything to do with her, and then their domestic violence, and they went all in on him.
Woo.
And it was almost like, wait a minute, this dude. I mean, you can talk about how he was a bad employee, but they went to the other side of the earth to find all the dirt they could on him and disparage. I mean, I thought that was uncalled for. I really thought it was uncalled for.
It was a blowtorch. I think. Because if I'm trying not to pay attention to the personal attacks, one of the biggest things, at least in the statement, was his almost a dereliction of duty, so to speak, at the draft, where he was supposed to be there and wasn't there because his responsibility was really putting together that draft board and really a lot of the scouting and that type of thing, and that's crazy. When you think about it, that's very it's. Something that could definitely be, you could understand why he was maybe demoted eventually. But
can I just run some of the stuff from there? Just this is just in no particular order. They say Terry began practicing surreptitiously auto-recording his interactions with colleagues. Then another, he repeatedly was insubordinate and combative toward colleagues. So you can understand some of that. He abandoned responsibility to one of his children and cut her off financially.
Man.
This is in their article. We also discovered he secretly conveyed private, personal documents. His friction with colleagues and willful insubordination led to other reprimands. Then they talk about how they literally sent him home to work so he wouldn't have interaction with the other colleagues. So was it that's why we shifted his duties to minimize the need for in-person interaction. And my question is, all this stuff that's going on, right? He was still an employee of yours for 9 years.
Yeah.
9 years. At some point in year 3, 4, or 5, wouldn't it have been advantageous to say, hey, Terry, maybe we should let you go on your way? So did all this stuff start happening in the last year, or was it something that from year 1 all the way through? And what does that say about your organization that you had somebody like this within it?
I think that's why when you mentioned last segment, nobody wins here.
No.
Nobody wins here because if 10% or 20% or 30% is true for either side on both sides, let's just say, there's still a lot of at fault. There's a lot of blame to go around, and it's unfortunate. That's what you never know what's going on in some. I've worked for some Fortune 500 companies and a Fortune 100 company, and they're just as dysfunctional as those small mom and pop ones, and sometimes even more so because a lot is let slide, and so you don't know, and it might get uglier before it gets before it's resolved, or given the fact sometimes the newness of it, it's a nice shiny object this week, and in terms of the news cycle, the media cycle, but next week or the week after or 2 months down the road, it may not. It may not require this. It might not have the same pull and gravitas that it does this week. But either way, it's still unfortunate because organizations can get vindictive and people can take umbrage at little things. You didn't let me do it for this song, so why are you gonna fire me now? I'm gonna get at you. There's so many different moving parts and variables that come into play.
Well, for McDonough, it's almost like wow, we all have dirty laundry, right?
Yep.
For anybody out there who's listening or don't even pretend like we all don't have something in our past and background, as if you live long enough that you would like to leave in the closet.
Right.
And I'm not saying dastardly, but I'm just saying we all have issues, right?
Right.
Where others or people in your circle might look at you like, oh, damn, I didn't know that. So we all understand that.
Yeah.
What the Cardinals did was they opened his closet out. And when you haven't been in the closet in a while and junk starts to accumulate and you start taking stuff out and, shaking it, and all of a sudden you find that what they did to that man was they shook his dirty laundry to the point where there's nothing that you can, you're his next interview, right? He walks in, hey, Terry, I didn't know it was that Terry. All of a sudden he's sitting in front of you like, what does he say? How do you portray your best self, right?
Yeah.
We all know what the Cardinals think about you. So hey, it's one of those, hey, we appreciate you coming in,
Yeah.
So for him, that's what, on the flip side, again, if you're looking at the Cardinals, if you're a front office person or an athlete looking to go to a good organization, right?
Right.
Who was coming here and thinking, well, they keep all their stuff, tight. It's a great, for years, the Pittsburgh Steelers organization.
Yes.
All you hear from that organization, players and people that work for it, regardless of what, man, it's a great organization. They take care of you. They love you. Things didn't work out and I finally had to move on. Or they helped me find my next spot. They helped me, who's going to come and look at this like, yeah, that's where I want to go. So that's my next destination because the Cardinals are a great organization. They continue to make themselves look like fools, and here's the problem, not just on the field, now it's going to be in the front office. You're going to be rated and looked at as one of the worst out there. Nobody's going to want to come here and play or be an executive.
Well, the good news is that it doesn't have to stay that way, right? Because here's the reason why I say that is that your nephew, who I'm sure that you believe that he has the ability to make sound decisions. He just went to an organization that, let's say, in the last 5 years has had a
resurrection
about their reputation.
Yeah.
Whereas 5 years before that, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, as they were more frugal, they were cheap, they were all those negative things that when it comes to trying to not only bring on quality talent but to retain quality talent, or the number of people that they had covering the draft in terms of scouts, etc. So the fact that what it is right now, it can change if you make a concerted effort and stay consistent and disciplined about trying to make those changes.
What we would have to go back though is find out who was in charge during those bad years for him. We were talking about Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah.
And you'd have to go back and look and see who was in charge.
Though.
Same ownership, but they've obviously put the right people in place below them So you're hoping with Bidwell, he is. I mean, he's not giving up that team. If he's still the owner, you would have to get remarkable people underneath him, and hopefully Ossenfort and Gann and all those remarkable people that can change the culture and get things going in the right direction. But I did a piece for Believe. I sent a little snippet to them, and at the end of it, I thought my last thought was, what is going through Ossenfort and Gannon's mind? You know, you have ever taken a position and it looked great, right? And then all of a sudden it's like, what the hell did I get myself into?
Yes, I have.
And that might be what they're thinking right now because of all the things that are involved with this organization. They might be thinking to themselves, what the hell did I just get myself into? And that
as soon as the first day on the job, they call him the agent and said, okay, so how long do I have to stay to make sure I get this money?
Exactly. Yeah. So we're going to take this break. When we come back, we got Money Making Mitch, who's going to be joining us, and we appreciate him hanging out and being patient too. But Mitch, part of the family, he's going to come in. We're going to talk a little Diamondback. So I hope you're having a great start to your weekend, folks. Appreciate you hanging out with Easy and Jay on the Easy Sports Talk Show. KDUS 1060 AM, KSLX, AC Channel 201.7. Got Mark Twain Beaver here. Everything on all of our social media as well. Be back after these messages, folks. Hope you're having a great Saturday so far.
Are you kidding?
You are clear. I'll be right back, guys.
Thank you, Aaron.
Sir.
HD Radio is here.
This is Ed Smith, host of the Easy Sports Talk Show. How cool would it be if instead of hearing my voice right now, you and our listeners were hearing a promo about your amazing business? Even better, what if we were doing a live remote for one of these beautiful Arizona Saturday mornings from your establishment? If you're interested in partnering with the Easy Sports Talk Show, visit edsmithspeaks.com, click on the radio or contact page, or send us an email to info@edsmithspeaks.com.
E3 Cryo and Wellness Center is a health optimization clinic specializing in cutting-edge therapies for pain and inflammation, performance and recovery, as well as anti-aging and aesthetics. Services include cryotherapy, weight loss, bioidentical hormones, and peptide therapy. Easy Sports Talk encourages you to come in and try a 3-minute cryotherapy session. Find out how your body can thrive in minus 175 degrees or treat your skin to a rejuvenating cryofacial. Just a couple of the services provided by the incredible staff at E3 Cryo. For more information, visit e3cryo.com. Call them at 602-899-CRYO. That's 602-899-2796. Or stop by their Phoenix location at 13615 North 35th Avenue, Suite number 2, Phoenix, Arizona. And be sure to tell the friendly staff, Ed and Jay from the Easy Sports Talk sent you.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Milano Music is Arizona's oldest and largest premier destination music store. Located at 38 West Main Street in historic downtown Mesa, Milano's has a 50,000 square foot showroom that features a giant wall of guitars. There are hundreds to choose from as they carry the most popular brands in stock, from Gibson, Martin, Taylor, Fender, Yamaha, and many more. In addition, there is a high-end climate-controlled acoustic room and on-site repair facility. Milano's is a complete music store with digital pianos and keyboards, drums and percussion, PA and recording gear, alongside all the band and orchestral products they carry. And with the holidays approaching, they're offering hundreds of musical gift items from all price ranges. For hours of operation and additional information, call Milano Music at 480-827-1111 or visit milanomusic.com.
Yeah, they talk about you the whole time.
As a national family of public charter school campuses, Imagine Schools partners with parents and guardians in the education of their children by providing high-quality schools that prepare students for lives of leadership, accomplishment, and exemplary character. Imagine Schools of Arizona offers 13 campuses across the valley serving grades pre-K to 12. Imagine Schools focuses on educating the whole child, which means not only rigorous academics, but time also spent on character education, extracurricular activities, and truly getting to know your child one-on-one. To enroll your child or learn more, visit imagineschools.org.
Ready to bring KDUS AM 1060 into your home with Alexa?
Hi, I'm Alexa.
Download the KDUS AM 1060 skill and enable.
This is where I start my day.
I try to be more, I have more attention to detail.
you're live.
And welcome back to the Easy Sports Talk Show. Hope you have a great start to your weekend. I keep saying week like we're getting ready to. And happy Passover and Good Friday and Easter Sunday tomorrow. I keep forgetting that, we're getting ready to hit a great celebration here, so holiday. This segment right here is brought to you by
Tryst Cafe. Tryst Cafe focuses on organic, natural cuisine from the kitchen to the bar. The extensive gluten-free menu and expanding vegan options are always unique and flavorful. Tryst Cafe is a 2-category top 10 winner in Ranking Arizona 2022. For locations and information, go to trystcafe.com. That's TRYST cafe.com. Tryst Cafe, where an affair with naturally delicious food awaits.
And we got brother Mitch, money making Mitch. Who eventually? Do I get credit? Who gets credit for giving you that moniker?
JB.
JB.
Yeah.
Okay. I know I've given you at least one.
It was the very first week, and you decided not to show up because you were like, "Oh, who's this guy? I don't like him." My first week, you decided to go out, and then JB came in and just started calling me Money Making Mitch.
Yep. So we got Money Making Mitch here with us, and in town to cover the Diamondbacks. One, always great to see you, but you've been doing some work for KSRN. And tell us a little bit about these 2023, what you've seen so far from these Diamondbacks, man. Sitting at 4-4, which isn't as, it's early in the season, but, respectable. What have you seen so far?
I see they're battling right now. They've had some weird outs with their pitchers right now where Bumgarner yesterday pitched 104. He had 52 strikes, 52 balls, which is not a good sign. They found a way to win that game. They don't win in the newer way of winning, which is home runs. They barely hit home runs, but with these rule changes, it's been very effective for them with bigger bases, more stolen bases. Corbin Carroll's the fastest player to be recorded in MLB right now.
Is that right?
Yeah, he is fast. And Alec Thomas, also fast, is a very fast team. And with these stolen bases, they've stolen home. They've stolen a lot of second to third. It just puts them in better position so they don't have to hit home runs.
So you would say that the new rules have actually been a benefit for the Diamondbacks so far, because that sounded one of the things that when the season was getting ready to start, and I said to Jay, because one of the first games I watched, it was like, wow, this was a Yankees somebody, whoever it was, and the game was over fast, and at one point in the fourth inning, I can't remember who was pitching, but in the first 12 outs, he had 10 strikeouts. So I'm thinking to myself, well, all you're doing is you're making it fast, but you're giving us the same food. It's not like you're doing anything to the ingredients, right? But it sounds like
you suck, man.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, you put too much salt in it. But because now you cooked it faster, it's just now I get to eat that nasty stuff quicker. But it sounds like what Mitch is saying, he's giving us a little bit, like we're getting a little more better ingredients in this with this new the new rules and everything. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, so MLB, and a lot of people are, like a lot of traditionalists are saying this is new fans' fault, younger fans' fault, because we want a game to be 2.5 hours, not 3.5 hours of nothing.
Yeah.
But they actually did this survey on MLB.com, which I feel like you have to be a traditional fan to go to that website, because I don't even go to that website. And they actually did this survey, and they found out that most fans want more great defensive players. They want more doubles and triples. They want more stolen bases. So baseball came out and decided those are the three things we're going to focus on. And like you said, there was 10 strikeouts, 12 hit, or within 12 batters. It probably only took him 8 minutes to do that instead of 32 minutes. So, even if it's the same thing, right now, last year, it took 5 minutes. There was a 5-minute gap in between, on average, balls in play. Now it's under 3, somewhere around there.
Okay.
And it's early in the season, I get that. But right now, that's twice as much action almost within a game. So I think this has been so much better. And for people like me that watch 120-plus games a year, instead of 4-hour games, it's 2.5. I actually watched the Mariners and the Diamondbacks in the same day, which was insane to me because before, when they were 4-hour games, it was just Diamondbacks. That was it, and then maybe some clips. That was it.
Let me ask you this, though. So you mentioned Corbin Carroll just a few minutes ago. Now, he's had a rough start to the year, right? And wasn't he dropped in the lineup from batting leadoff to dropped a little bit further down the lineup, and it looks like he had a 2-for-4 game yesterday. Do you think that will help get him kind of on track?
So Torey Lovello 2 days ago after the loss to the Dodgers in their home opener said he believes this is a great offensive team. They're going to have higher averages. They just need confidence that they can go and hit off of the great pitchers, which they can. My answer to that is Carroll went 2 for 4 and had a home run against Clayton Kershaw. If his was a confidence issue there, that dude's confidence better be sky high right now.
Right.
So I think it's getting better. The one I'm worried about more is Alec Thomas. He has 0 hits on the season so far. I think he's 0 for 15 or 0 for 16.
Ugh.
He has a couple walks, which helps, but he's the one I'm a little bit more nervous for right now. He's a great defensive player. He's always struggled on the bats. I think Carroll's fine. Thomas is the worry.
So when it comes real quick, it comes to that, because I know Carroll they tied up for rather early for a long period of time.
8
Did they
years.
do that same thing with Thomas?
They did not.
Okay.
Yeah, Carroll got the 8-year, 111. I think Thomas will probably get a contract because defensively he's stout. Like, he does the center field. He can cover right and left from center field. He's that fast. But he does need to learn how to bat. That was his issue a little bit last year. I think they'll still lock him up at the end of the year.
So Diamondbacks sitting at 4-4 right now, 162 games scheduled. So we know we are just open the canister. So we got a long way to go. What are your expectations, or what do you think this team can do in an NL West where San Diego and the Dodgers have opened up their pocketbooks? When it's hard to battle when you're spending a quarter of the money. So what do you think as far as the division expectations are, or is this a team that realistically could make a run for a wild card?
I think they're one more year out. One thing we have to remember is the Padres have spent big before, and then they blow up year 3 because they can't afford it. Because how can you afford the amount of money they're spending right now?
Mm-hmm.
I think this is more a team that's built for next year. I think that's why they locked up Corbin Carroll this year on a cheaper contract for longer. I think that's why they lock up Thomas this year on a young contract. And I think they're a 500 team this year. Last year, they improved 22 games. This year, all they have to do is improve 8 games to get 500. I think this is the last year, and then next year they'll be a wild card contender.
So with Bumgarner, we're eating the sandwich over here at Ike's. So a little bit longer, stretched out a little bit longer, had a little bit better of an outing. Are you concerned about him this season?
I'm always concerned about him.
Okay.
I think that's normal for fans.
And his better days are way behind him.
Yeah.
But he's young, isn't he? Isn't he young relatively? I mean, he's been in the major leagues for a long time.
But he has a rough body where he was doing rodeos and stuff, and rodeo's going to age you. Like, I grew up in a farm town. You can be 22 and you'll have the body of a 73-year-old. Like, that stuff ages you real quick. I think what we saw yesterday is going to be normal for Bumgarner. If we can get 5 innings out of him. I know that first inning he pitched 30, so that really made the rest of it really hard. I think we'll be able to get 90 to 100. We'll get him 5 innings. We hope that he only allows 2 or 3 runs, keeps the game manageable at that point.
What, 100 pitches after just a little over 5 innings worth of work?
He pitched, I believe, 5.2 innings, 104 pitches, 52 strikes, 52 balls.
And that's just what you had to expect, right? I mean, you have to be okay with that if you're not going to have him go 6, 7.
And it's better than his first appearance where he gave up 5 in the first inning. But then he was good after that, but he only pitched 4 innings. So I think this game is a lot closer to what we'll get than the first game.
That is not a good recipe. If you got a pitcher evening out, throwing 50 that many balls compared to strikes, that is a recipe for disaster. Let me ask you this, Mitch. Of course, we got Money Making Miss sitting in with us. When are they going to stop toying with these 1-year contracts with Torey Lovullo and go ahead and get that man an extension, or are they waiting for the continued mediocre seasons where they'll have a reason to so-called get rid of him? Because, in my opinion, he's done. We talk about making good with bad. I mean, this roster compared to other rosters just in our own division doesn't stack up, let alone across the MLB. Yet, I mean, you want to hold them to a standard, but not give them the proper roster. When are they going to get off the pot and let this man, extend his contract?
I think this is going to be his big year, depending on where it ends, because I do disagree a little bit. The last 3 years, I would say he has definitely maximized it. They went way farther than they should have gone with their wins. I think this year is one of the years where this is a legitimate baseball team, where even though we don't know the names because they're 22, 23, Longoria's like 30 something, but like he's the oldest, one of the older players.
Right.
This is a super young team. I think this is going to be the year. If he breaks 500, I think he gets an extended contract. If he gets near 500, probably a 1 year again.
Interesting. All right, so before we let you go,
2 minutes.
So we have
1 minute. 1 minute.
Coming up. They have the series with the Dodgers, and they have Milwaukee. They're going to be playing Miami. They should be able to make a little bit of ground up here, play above 500. Yes or no? What do you think?
Milwaukee's going to be a little bit tougher than we think.
Okay.
Hopefully Miami doesn't hit their resurgence. They're really struggling right now, but that's a really talented team also.
Gotcha.
I do believe they should be over 500 by the time they get to, is it the Padres series on the 20th?
Padres, on the April 20th.
Yeah, so they'll face St. Louis. Yeah, I think by the time April 20th happens and they get their next homestand, they will be a game or two over 500 at that point.
There we go. That's
all right.
I'll take that.
Hey, we're going to take this break to wrap things up. I can't believe this show is almost over, Jay. Great show. Coming live today from Ike Sandwiches right here at the Desert Ridge location. We'll take this break. When we come back, we'll be finishing up. One more thing. When we'll come back,
10.
We'll get some stuff out on you. Be back after these messages, folks.
You get. Did you want some bacon? You want a BLT ad?
Need social information about KDUS AM 1060? Try KDUS1060.com, at KDUS AM 1060 on Twitter, and Facebook.com/KDUS AM 1060.
With two Valley locations, Tryst Cafe focuses on organic, natural cuisine from the kitchen to the bar. Tryst is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and has a happy hour daily from 3 to 6 p.m. The extensive gluten-free menu and expanding vegan options are always unique and flavorful. The spacious and beautifully decorated Chandler location has a full indoor-outdoor bar that serves bottomless mimosas, Bloody Marys, wine, beer, and over 35 creative cocktails. In addition, there is a coffee and smoothie bar you can order from as you dine in or choose to take out. Tryst Cafe is a 2-category top 10 winner in Ranking Arizona 2022. Be sure to visit the Chandler location at 4205 South Gilbert Road, in Phoenix at 21050 North Tatum Boulevard, and for more information go to trystcafe.com. Tryst Cafe, where an affair with naturally delicious food awaits.
Students enrolled at Imagine Online Academy, grades K through 8, can expect to receive quality, rigorous learning experiences that include a focus on the Imagine School's shared values, along with character education at the heart of the Imagine organization curriculum. Imagine Online Academy is committed to providing students the support and resources they need to succeed as learners in online education. Our goal is developing character and enriching young minds. For more information, visit imagineazonline.org.
With over 11 years of serving the Valley, Majestic Services is who you should call for your pressure washing and window cleaning needs. From driveways to sidewalks, pool decks, awnings, patio blinds, even handyman services, and more. Majestic Services has you covered. Call 602-614-9401 today for a free, no-obligation quote. Commercial or residential, call Majestic Services or visit them at majesticservices.net. Majestic Services, let us do your dirty work. 602-614-9401.
Hi, this is Ed Smith, host of the Easy Sports Talk Show. In addition to hosting the show every Saturday, did you know I'm also an inspirational and motivational speaker? Utilizing life experience in my 15-year professional sports career, I offer programs to a wide variety of audiences. Tips from the locker room to the boardroom and beyond. Whether you're a corporate executive, sports organization, or faith-based organization, Ed Smith Speaks can customize a team-building, motivational, and inspirational program to fill your needs. I'd love to come inspire and motivate your group to create lifelong shining moments. To learn more about booking me for your event, visit edsmithspeaks.com or contact me directly at info@edsmithspeaks.com. Family owned and operated since 1946, Milano Music is Arizona's oldest and largest premier destination music store. Located at 38 West Main Street in historic downtown Mesa, Milano's has a 50,000 square foot showroom that features a giant wall of guitars. There are hundreds to choose from as they carry the most popular brands in stock, from Gibson, Martin, Taylor, Fender, Yamaha, and many more. In addition, there is a high-end climate-controlled acoustic room and on-site repair facility. Milano's is a complete music store with digital pianos and keyboards, drums and percussion, PA and recording gear, alongside all the band and orchestral products they carry. And with the holidays approaching, they're offering hundreds of musical gift items from all price ranges. For hours of operation and additional information, call Milano Music at 480-827-1111 or visit milanomusic.com.
Your caddy, Ray Adams, takes you beyond the 18th hole on Saturday mornings with Great American Golf from 6 to 7 a.m. on KTUS AM 1060.
Vibe to vibe a second. It's a club, girl, while you arrive naked. Hear that? How the veteran glide the record. But don't download, go out and buy the.
You're live.
And welcome back to the final segment of the Easy Sports Talk Show. We appreciate you hanging out with us, giving us a little bit of your time on this weekend. And we have Money Making Mitch here with us. Mr. Hughes, for all that don't know, used to be part of our show here. Was our producer for a very long time. Wanted to get in real quick with some of the stuff you're doing with KSRN, Mitch. Tell us a little bit about why you're down in the Valley and what you're doing with Brother Earl at KSRN.
Yeah, the major things that I'm doing with KSRN right now is I'm writing articles and covering the Diamondbacks. You can see my articles at casualsports.com or on their Twitter, which is Casual Sports RN.
That's with a Z.
With a Z.
KAZUAL.
And then I'm also on the JB and Benny Blue Show, which is a slight hiatus right now on that one, as Benny is going out of the country. Good for him. For a little
comedy stuff, or
I think he's just taking a long vacation.
Oh, okay.
I think, if I remember right.
I saw he's doing, or he either is sometime this month recording a special.
Yeah.
Special.
That got moved to December.
Okay, gotcha.
And then he'll be doing that in Michigan in December, which I'm sure he'll be glad to talk about closer to December time.
Yeah. Awesome.
And then I'm also doing a little bit of shows with Earl. And that one is a little bit on hiatus too, as the Suns are taking up all of our time and the Diamondbacks are taking up all of our time. And for some reason, sports doesn't care about my schedule, apparently, or Earl's schedule. So there's been a small hiatus on that one, but I will be joining their shows as soon as they get back on.
Well, we appreciate you jumping on with us, and we are going to have you on more, Brother Mitch, because we always love having you, man. So appreciate you. Before we get out of here, we only got a few more minutes. I don't know if you want to stick around, but I want to give our thank yous out. Want to make sure we thank Mike Milano and the family over at Milano Music, Lisa Cananisio at Tris Cafe, both the Phoenix and the Chandler location. Thanks, man. Next time you're in town, make sure you let us know so you can stop by and we can grab a bite to eat. Sounds good, man. That was Money Making Mitch. I want to thank Frank Sturpey and the Imagine Schools of Arizona family, Brother Mark Twain Beaver with True Narrative Media. And if you're on Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube, you see the amazing work that Mark does. And definitely reach out to Mark at TrueNarrativeMedia.com for all your network or marketing and networking needs. I want to thank Coach D'Alicio on the Varsity Sports Show, Majestic Services. Let Majestic Services come out and do all of your dirty work, from your awnings to your driveways to your patios. Let them come out and do it for you. Customer First Solutions. I want to thank Casual Sports Radio Network, Brother Earl, Sean, and Brother Mitch. And keep a hold, because we're going to have some exciting stuff moving forward with Casual Sports Radio. So be in tune. I want to thank Oakwood Creative Care. We got to get a total for what they did as far as the fundraiser last week, the Jail and Bail. Cam Rogers on the Believe Network, where you can find our podcast, Believe in the Arizona Cardinals. Where can you find that, Jay?
EasySportsTalk.com. Just click on the Believe in the Arizona Cardinals tab, or you can go to, you can find it on the SiriusXM app. It's there whenever you're ready, or wherever you get your podcast. Just search Believe in the Arizona Cardinals, BLEAV.
Thank you. I want to thank Randy Spencer, the Alice Cooper Solid Rock Teen Centers. I want to thank our interns, Alien Longoria and Amy Valdez, for coming out and hanging out and doing such a great job with us. I want to thank Brother Art for calling in. I want to thank Ike for having us here at this location. And make sure you go to IkeSandwiches.com to find out the nearest location near you. And let me get a thumbs up from all of our people here, Amy, Elian, Mark, Javon. 2 thumbs up for the sandwiches, or 3?
Oh, yeah, man.
2 or 3.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, sandwiches off the chart. They should. I mean, before you go eat some of the other nasty stuff around this valley,
you got to put other people down.
I'm just saying
to put somebody else up.
Put it this way.
Why you got to do that?
Since I discovered Ike's, I haven't eaten anywhere but Ike's. I'm just saying.
I got you.
So if you cheating yourself, if you still doing them Jimmy Johnsons and stuff like that.
Come on, man.
I'm just saying.
Come on, man.
Hey, they ain't sponsoring us. They ain't giving us no money. I'm just saying. So try an Ike's and tell me you don't think they're better. That's all I'm saying.
Ike's hands down. Yes. Good Lord. Good Lord.
I'm just doing what the Cardinals are doing.
Are you part of
That's
the
all.
Arizona Cardinals? Good Lord. Blowtorch. Goodness gracious.
And then we want to thank Aaron for doing such a great job all the time. Aaron is the best producer in the business, so thank you, Aaron.
Oh, goodness.
I'm trying to think, did I forget anything?
No.
No?
Anybody else you want to take a blowtorch to? Goodness
Go
gracious.
get your Ikes on. That's all I'm saying. So with a few minutes left, what you got going to finish the week, Jay?
Well, tomorrow is a day you
Easter?
need to find your behind in church, man.
Yeah, I do. I know.
No, yeah, so tomorrow's Easter, so be going to church tomorrow for sure. And then after we're done today, go hit the trail for a couple miles.
Here's the thing, though. I want to be one of them because I need to get back in the cycle. I don't want to be one of those dudes that just shows up on Easter and Christmas. So I'm gonna make my appearance on.
Gotta start sometime.
I know, but I'd rather start
matter.
where I'm doing it for the right reason, not just because it's Easter Sunday. I'm gonna get in there.
Do what you do.
Yeah.
Stream it.
So
stream it while you're sitting in your drawers.
There you go. What you eating this weekend?
Nika making some macaroni and cheese, right? She's making that homemade macaroni and cheese. That's all I asked for.
All right, I'm going over to Mom's tomorrow. We're going over to Mom's, and she's putting the ham down with the cabbage.
Okay.
She's also doing some chicken, form of chicken. I'm
What are you cooking?
Mashed potatoes. I'm taking over.
Yeah,
we're taking over. Yeah.
So that means I'm gonna be at home with some food.
No, we're going
and when I'm
to
taking
Mama's
over
house
there
tomorrow. Yeah, we're going to Mom's house tomorrow. We're gonna do it up. So
yeah.
This is now okay. So we got final day of the NFL NBA season tomorrow. We'll know all the matchups and everything by next week, and we'll be getting for first rounds.
Yeah.
This is a tricky time in the sports world, though. I mean, we don't have any football on the field. Obviously, we still have football to talk about.
Yeah.
We don't. Baseball is getting started.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: the excitement of opening day or opening week, opening weekend, that leaves for some people, and then it's like that long walk through 162. So it's for the diehards, it's like glory for the rest of the summer. But for somebody like me, I'll be checking in every now and then. But it's hard to do 162. But basketball playoffs are about ready to take over.
Yep.
The Masters. We didn't even talk about that. Tiger Woods made the cut.
That's all you know.
That's all I know. Actually, no, I've been watching a little
Tiger
bit.
Woods.
I watched a little bit.
They had a tree fell yesterday.
Yeah, tree fell. If a tree falls in the woods, but I guess somebody was there to hear it, so it did make a sound, right? It did, because somebody else had to see it. But I have the Masters especially because Tiger made it the cut. I have the last 2 rounds recorded for tomorrow and Sunday.
That Tiger gonna tap out at the end of the day.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, it is so, and I have a body like his where. Sometimes even with my son, my son literally walks up behind me going up the stairs sometimes. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, just in case.
Man.
But
yeah.
Tiger it's so hard to watch him out there on the field, walking that 18.
On the green, yeah.
And I'll give you another example. When Bo Jackson got hurt, remember? All those years ago?
Yeah.
I was there when he tried to make the comeback with the White Sox. That was my last year.
Yeah.
Well, that was the year I got traded, but that was the year he tried to make the comeback. And I remember him hitting a ground ball and trying to run it out. And, us as young, up and comings, we're like, hey, Bo's, in the lineup today. And I was like 19, 20.
Yeah.
You know how excited I was to see Bo and to watch him hit that ground ball and try to run it out and see like he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
It was so devastating for me, and I never got that image out of my mind. I wish I would have never seen that because it was to see such a great athlete be diminished to that, which obviously he eventually walked away. But in the same voice, I'm watching Tiger, and it's a struggle, bro.
I take it on the other side because it would have been the easiest because he knew that it was going to be a struggle for him to go and try to make a team or make a comeback. But better to have tried and not make it than you might be a shell of your former self, but you do it anyway because you're not worried about the image that people had of you when you were at your height or when you were in your prime or really feeling good about yourself, but doing it this way. Because that's where I think where oftentimes we have those debates about you're messing up your legacy. Well, what do you care about my legacy, or what do I care about? If I still have a love for it and I still have the ability, I might be 75% of what I was or 25% of what I was, but if I can still do it, to try to do it to the best
People
of my
talk
ability.
about the lasting image of Willie Mays trying the last years of his career. And when you see that, it really is. It can be devastating. I'm not saying legacy is one thing. I'm just saying when you know it's not there, when you're looking, it's one thing to be out there and just trying to do it and have some fun. But when you're still trying to compete or do it at that level you used to do it, and it's obviously that you just can't.
I hear
it really
you.
does.
If you think that you are still as fast as you used to be or as strong as you used to be, but what's coming out is slow motion on the other side, that's one thing. But if you know I am 50% of what I used to be and I'm going to do it, and that's why when it comes to the summertime, there are no shortage of topics.
Okay, well, I guarantee you, though, Tiger Woods isn't going out there thinking he just wants to show. In his mind, I think he still thinks he can do it, and that's the part.
Well, he knows he can't do it at that same level. He just
Great
hopes he
show.
can find lightning in a bottle.
Great show. Appreciate you hanging out. Easy and Jay, Mark, Ellie, and Amy. We had Ike here, Nora, everybody. Thank you so much, Aaron, as well. We will be back next week. I think we're in the studio. Hope you have a great finish of your weekend. And happy Easter to everybody. We will see you next week. Thank you again, Aaron.
Are you good?
All right, you all are clear. Good show. I'll talk to you next week.
Thank you, Aaron.
All right, see you then.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.
AM 1060.